Desktop audio aux. Mic auxiliary audio voice meter output. Mic auxiliary audio 3 is voice meter output.
Oh, you have got you have got the channel with OBS in it actually going to B1, haven't you?
Yeah, when you're talking, it usually coming through Banana.
And it's getting to the output of Banana, yeah.
Yeah, voice meter. Yeah, in the voice meter VA one.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, it's got to be at OBS. It's got to be at OBS then.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got that input to OBS muted.
If it's red,
Is
it's
sneezing on
audio
stream?
default. I haven't changed this. I haven't touched it.
It's OBS. You don't need to. It just does things on its own.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but you can, but because you can mute channels in OBS, because you can mute some of the OBS inputs in OBS, you have to be a bit careful about what you do in case you accidentally have muted one at some point. And you did a bit of changing around on Christmas Eve, didn't you? Because somebody wouldn't come in the Zoom call.
I don't think I changed anything in the OBS. Where did I? Remember, I took some pictures and I put them in. Where did I put them? I put them over in Discord. Some pictures. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? I put them over in Discord. Some pictures. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? I put them over in Discord. Some pictures. Yeah, in other.
Just a small warning.
Not the last picture. Not that one.
Yeah.
One before that.
Just a small warning.
Is what I'm
guys,
running now.
My backup is running, so they can hear on my backup.
The one I did back on the 11th of the 12th. You'll see. You'll see a picture I did just before your comment, Alan. Then you see then you see the banana, and then you see an image above that. That's a screenshot of what I've got now. That hasn't changed. That hadn't changed. I didn't change that.
So under the virtual inputs, the left one goes to aux out, and the right one goes to out.
Yeah, go by that image that I just placed. That place there.
Yeah. So you need to check for what voice meter VAIO aux is doing in OBS.
Do you want me to change it in settings?
In OBS, in your audio, in OBS, you've got in OBS, you've got your sound.
What they said, that setting there, where the audio is.
Yeah. Where you can see your gain controls in OBS, so you can change the levels in OBS. The one that's connected to aux is the one you need to make sure isn't muted.
Desktop audio 2. That is. Desktop audio 2. It's not muted on there.
And the voice meter VAIO output, that's not muted either?
Yeah, I've opened up I've opened them all up. I'm coming through aux 3, sorry. And then there's an aux 2. Mic auxiliary one, I'm coming through that as well, so I'll have to mute myself on that one.
No,
One
you
of the
want.
two.
Sorry.
I'd have to
Sorry,
mute
Terry,
myself on one of them.
it's a bit trickier because I'm doing this on my phone.
Yeah, I know.
So I
I have
haven't
to
got.
mute myself. I have to mute myself on one of them, at least, anyway.
Yeah, I know.
You want me to check with the video to see if video sound's coming through as well while we're thinking of it?
Yeah, play a quick bit of video to see if you can get them to hear video. At least that gives us a bit of an idea.
Okay.
Where it's.
Well, I don't need to share it for now. I'll just see if the sound comes through. Transition it over.
Your points, and bam, there's the.
So, did anyone hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. But and you didn't share that into
Zoom.
Into Zoom.
No, I think you're always able to hear it. Don't share the image. I do remember that. I'll just see where it was coming through on the.
The way I phrase it is.
Yeah, that's coming through my mic auxiliary 3 at the bottom.
Really?
At the moment. But for some reason the guys in here are not coming through. Or you're not coming through.
Well, they heard you in the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the video.
Yeah.
Put the cat down, Harry. I think it's because where the voice meter VAAO, the one in the middle the one under virtual inputs on the left, that's pointing at B2, and you need to have that. Going out. That one isn't getting through to OBS somehow.
Right. Yeah.
You haven't got that.
You
haven't accidentally muted it by any chance, have you? The one that's second from the right. You haven't accidentally clicked mute on that in Banana.
No, nothing's muted. You're coming through. You're coming through normally in there.
So you can see us. So we should be Oh no, hang on. We should be going up and down on the right-hand-most slider on in the app. Yeah, in voice meter.
No, you're not. You're coming through the VAIO one for some reason.
Then that's not set up how.
It hasn't changed in Zoom, has it?
I'm going to say, what Zoom audio have you got set up? Because that might be.
That might be the problem.
That might be the problem.
I haven't touched it. Not Ox or anything.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know what programs can be like. Sometimes they. Sorry,
grandkids here.
It's all gone quiet.
I'm muted, but Harry's gone quiet again.
No, that's fine. Just Terry wouldn't say anything. I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah, Sorry. Sorry. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about grandkids because I'm where they are. So
yeah, you're in their house.
I'm in their house.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry.
That's good. We don't have an issue. I don't think.
Harry can be quite loud though.
That's all right.
Yeah, kids know for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course he had to get on his rocking horse and start doing horsey, don't you stop.
Well, you don't want him to stop. It's a bit boring if he stops.
I've got a children's play area right out the back past my garden and next door's garage and all the rest of it. And sometimes during the summer, you think people are getting murdered from the screams, and it's like, it's the kids. It's just like blood-curdling screams, you know.
It's just children having fun, isn't it?
Exactly. Children allowed, and little girls think the best way of communicating is screaming. Yeah.
Mm. And 3-year-old little boys aren't much better.
This is true.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't be having this problem if I kept all the images in Discord, but I didn't. I didn't take enough pictures.
Ah.
I looked through everywhere looking for any old ones I may have had. See if they helped. But nothing's showing up.
Can you run it out just through your stand-up mic? Or sorry, your desktop sound. Don't worry about the other one.
That's fine if you don't want to play any videos.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking of... Yeah, we could always get someone else to play the video. I'm just looking at a stopgap measure, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just put everything into default audio and
Matt, I'm sure would love to play the video.
What? Somebody mentioned my name. What?
Just say yes.
Just say yes.
Yes.
Good. See, that work.
Problem solved. And Earth's Life says, I saw North Korea today. Oh, yes, because you're over in Korea, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He can't hear us, unfortunately, at the moment.
Oh, God, yes, he can't hear us, can he? Forgot.
Yeah. Can, Terry?
Where was the videos? Yeah, I'm just seeing where the video was coming through OBS.
And bam.
Yeah, that's
there's
coming through the right-hand side.
Through
the-
Not only have you generated...
oh my God.
Oh, Bev.
Don't
Oh.
give me flashbacks.
Yeah.
So they're all coming through auxiliary in Banana, the videos.
Yeah.
But yous are coming through my side in VAIO1, where I come through. No, I'm not coming through there. Am I?
Right, Terry. When we talk, which side of, because obviously you've got two virtual inputs, VA, the ordinary one.
The left side.
So we're coming in on the one on the left side. Okay. Yeah. And that, according to the picture you just posted, according to the picture, the last voice meter picture in Discord, that's going to the aux output.
After Zoom, yeah.
And the your microphone and everything else is going to the non-aux, to the other one, to the one that's not aux. So
yeah, that last picture I posted, I don't know how long ago that was.
So
that was
basically the three hardware inputs on the left all just point at B1. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't changed any of that. That's all the same. I haven't got an image there for you to show you.
And then the left-hand virtual input goes to B2, the right-hand virtual input goes to B1, and they're both also going out to your headphones. Direct.
Yeah. In that image, the only thing that you've told me that I had to do was the B2. I had to have the B2 in my input 1. That was the only thing I'd changed recently. But you told me to do that.
Yeah, in which one? In the virtual input?
In the first one, yeah, in the first one. In the first one, microphone.
Oh, on the left-hand side?
Yeah, you told me to do the B2 for that one ages ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, not ages ago, or a little while ago anyway.
Yeah, so is B1 on that as well?
Yeah.
So microphones are going into, so your voice goes into both both virtual outputs.
No.
Yeah. If B1 and B2 are lit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's saying it to do it, but the sound's only coming through the one on the left.
So right, your leftmost, the leftmost slider, hardware input 1, which is the microphone.
Yes.
B1 is selected.
Yes.
B2 is selected.
Yes.
In that case, your voice will be going into both virtual output channels.
Okay.
So you'll be because the picture I'm looking at only has B1 lit for the hardware.
Yeah, I took I must have took that screenshot before. It might have been an older screenshot. I can't remember now.
So when we talk, we show up on the left hand of the two virtual inputs, yes?
Yeah. On the left-hand side in the virtual input, we're just coming through that one.
Right. And when you play a video,
and when I play a video,
3
it comes through
co-player
the
points.
right-hand side.
And bam.
Yeah. So under
That
the
means
left hand,
that means Zoom's not right then.
under the left hand virtual input, what are selected is A1 selected, yes?
Yes.
Right. And B1 or B2?
B2. Same as that image that I posted that you can see in there.
Yeah. And then under the voice on the right hand one, then it's A1 and B1, yeah?
Yeah.
And when we talk, the rightmost, you can see signal on the rightmost output slider, yes?
No.
Because that's where your output is going. So B2 is going to the rightmost. B2 is the rightmost output. So you should be able to, so when I'm talking, you should see that moving.
But it doesn't. It's the left-hand side one that does.
But that's B1. So the two sliders on the right hand most side, yeah.
Yeah.
When we talk, you should see us moving on the right hand output, and when you talk, you should see all. When you talk and play videos, you should see the audio for that on the left hand of the two right hand most ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. But what I'm getting now is you and I come through the left-hand side, and the video comes through the right-hand side.
Yeah, well, you'll come through both anyway because you've got your microphone going to both.
Yeah, but I'm not lighting up. But I don't light up in both. I only light up in one.
But if you've got under your microphone, if you've got B1 and B2 selected, that's got to be going to both outputs.
Yeah.
Unless that right hand most output, unless one of those outputs is muted.
Yeah, it's not muted. Yeah, none of those settings have been changed. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to get you to come out somewhere. So if I change the Zoom ones, that would change everything, wouldn't it? Even OBS, I'd have to even change OBS, wouldn't I?
What you got selected is your input and output in Zoom.
In Zoom, I've got voice meter input VB audio voice meter VAIO.
Sorry, Terry.
The voice meter input, the VB audio voice meter VAIO. And I can't remember if that's the ones I was meant to have. So I don't think I didn't touch them.
Yeah, so that's all right. Yeah, that's correct for where you say you're seeing the inputs and oh.
Ow. Hey,
Put him on stream.
I could if I could get the sound to go out. At the moment, all they can hear is me.
I don't think they can even hear that at the moment. I think you turned them off.
Oh no, I had myself muted for a minute.
Okay, so we're back again. Okay.
You guys come through the same over there. Why can't it be OBS is the problem? I'm just thinking, why can't it be?
Well, can you see us talk on any channels in OBS?
Well, see, you should be coming through mic auxiliary audio, either the voice meter output
And what you're
or the
saying
mic
about
auxiliary audio 3. You should be coming through one of them.
If we're not coming through, if you can't see the rightmost output in banana moving when we talk, then it's a banana problem because banana isn't outputting us.
Can I make a suggestion? While you got banana all set up, why don't you
Restart
redo the
banana.
Zoom? Oh yeah,
No,
restart banana, or even restart Zoom, or both.
Restart banana first.
Yeah, restart banana first, and then restart Zoom. See if that works. Then it might pick it up. For some reason, it's just not picked it up, is it?
I may have just lost the port.
For some reason.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a banana problem.
Yeah. Close banana down, start again with banana. As a first call.
I don't know, how do I actually turn it off?
Right. Go to menu. You could just go to menu and just go restart audio to start with.
Yeah, okay, I've done. That's restarted.
Right. Is that? Can you see us talking now on the output side at the right-hand end?
No.
Okay, you might need to shut. In that same menu, there's a exit and then just restart banana.
Yeah, because you're coming through the left-hand side in banana, same side as I am.
What on the second rightmost output?
You're talking about in the virtual input section. Actually turn it off.
No, I'm talking about the output section.
Yeah.
Terry, because
is that where it says master? Yeah, where it says master section. That's restarted. Right.
Yeah, master section. The right-handmost one of them is where where you should see our voices going out to OBS.
User coming out in the B1 of that. Yeah.
you
You're
just
coming
said
through the
that
left-hand side.
the-
Okay. No, you're
the-
coming out.
Same side as
I'm
I
just
am.
waiting for you to talk when I'm not
Yeah.
talking, so I can tell you.
Well, there you go. Where's it coming out?
A1 and B2.
Yeah.
You're talking
So-
about in the virtual input section.
Okay, so it is OBS. It's not Banana, because that's
Is
what
that
I've been. That's
where
what
it
I've been
says
trying to get you to
where it
tell me
says
for the last
master
10 minutes,
section?
Terry. Whether it was actually leaving Banana or going to. Oh, so it's leaving Banana. So now we've got to find it coming into OBS.
Right. Yeah, we weren't clarifying with each other the master section compared to the virtual input section. That's what I wasn't.
Terry,
that wasn't what I was aware of.
I'm trying to do this on my bloody phone.
I'm
which is
just
why I'm
waiting for you
saying
to.
the right hand
I know.
thing.
So I can tell you. Yeah, I know. I just didn't realise that's what you meant. I thought you meant the right-hand side in the virtual A1 input. And B2.
No. I'm talking about the whole thing because.
Yeah.
Like I said,
over on the far right-hand side below the little cassette player, it's called a master section.
Yeah.
And it's got A1, A2, A3, B1, and B2. And use is coming through A1 and
B2. Which is, and B2 is the right-hand most sliding, yeah?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, now we've got that
so
clarified. We weren't clarifying with each other the master
to OBS.
compared to the virtual input section. That's what I wasn't.
So,
that wasn't what I was aware of.
OBS, you need to find the input into
I know,
OBS
I
that is
know.
coming from.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't realise that's what you meant. I thought you meant the right-hand side in the virtual desktop audio too. That's input. Yeah. Or do you want the other one? Over on the far right-hand side below the little cassette player, it's called the master section. Go to. And it's got A1, A2, A3, B1, and B2. And use is coming through A1 and.
I'm talking to Terry at the minute, trying to help him sort out his sound problem.
Yeah.
I just popped in to say hello, and Terry's having terrible sound issues.
Okay. Now we've got that clarified. Now back to square one again. Go back to OBS. Alright.
Oh. What? Because of the accident?
Okay, I've got that as desktop audio 2. That's input. Or do you want the other one, the output? The output's mic auxiliary audio 2. That's VAI 3 output.
How's you coming, Terry? Are you finding it?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. We're talking about the voice meter aux and the voice meter VAIO. Yeah, I'm noticing that there's no VAIO input.
No.
It's only aux. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's audio. Mic auxiliary audio is voice meter output. And mic auxiliary audio 3 is voice meter output. They're both the same. Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like you've changed some settings in OBS, and this is why I always suggest renaming them to what they actually are.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
So that you don't just see the default labels.
Voice meter aux.
You have to guess what you're looking at.
And the voice meter VAIO. Ah. Yeah, I'm noticing by that image that I posted earlier, which is what they're meant to be. Input. Mic auxiliary audio. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's audio 2. Mic auxiliary audio. That one, it should be voice meter output. Aux. And mic auxiliary audio 3 is voice meter. That's going by what that image that I had from the original setting that you gave me.
Yeah.
That's the one up there further. Right, we'll have a look at that and see if that fixed it.
I'm looking at a picture that tells me that you have desktop audio default, desktop audio 2 disabled, auxiliary audio is voice meter aux output, auxiliary audio 2 is voice meter output.
Going by that image that I posted earlier,
actual
which is what they're meant to be,
which you won't actually need, because that'll just you'll need to keep that muted all the time anyway.
mic auxiliary audio.
Because otherwise you'll get feedback.
Number 2. Okay. That one, it should be battery minute. Aux. Like that. Now, that's going
Just
by
see if
what
they
that
can hear
image
me
that
out
I had
there.
from the original setting that you gave me. That's the one up there further.
And here
I'll
you
have a look
guys.
at that and
in
have a
here.
look at that and see if
Because
that
we
fixed
should
it.
be on auxiliary audio.
Yes. I just copied that same one over onto OBS. What was written in that image that I posted over there.
Yeah.
Oh, they hear Alan. They hear Alan.
Auxiliary audio 2 is voice meter
that's
output.
all it was. It was a
And
setting in
auxiliary
OBS
3
that
is your
was changed.
actual hardware microphone, which
Are we
you
rocking?
which you won't actually
Yeah.
need because
I
that'll
wonder if I fiddled with that the other day when
all the
you
time
know who
anyway.
ruined everything.
Because otherwise you'll get feedback.
Echo. You hear Alan, but echo.
Yeah, that'll be because you've got your.
What's that?
If you've set audio 3
Now.
to your microphone,
We'll just see if they can hear
mute
me
that
out
channel
there.
because you don't want that one. You don't want your hardware mic going in
And
there.
here you guys. We'll just see if we're getting any.
On,
oh, okay. I'm coming
auxiliary
through both
audio.
of them now, which I shouldn't be.
No, exactly. That's
I'm
what I
coming.
said.
I just copied that same one over onto
Turn
OBS.
off mic auxiliary audio 3, mute it, or just set it to disable.
No,
Yeah.
then you don't come
hear
through.
They
Alan.
hear
there.
Alan. They hear Alan.
Hey.
Yeah,
Right,
that's all it was. It was a
audio-
setting in OBS.
Mic auxiliary audio 3, the third one.
Are we
it's
rocking?
The actually,
Yeah.
it's the one.
I
It's
wonder
the
if I
fifth one
fiddled with
down.
that the other day when
It
you
says
know,
here,
ruined
microphone,
everything.
Steel Series Siberia, probably 840.
Echo. You hear Alan,
Make
but
sure
echo.
that isn't there because
Yeah,
that's putting your microphone
you've
through
got your
twice. If you've set audio 3 to your microphone, it's pushing your microphone through it via that channel because banana. You don't want that and it's pushing your microphone through hardware mic going in there. Straight from the hardware.
We'll just see if we're
And
getting
it'll
any.
also have
Oh, okay. I'm coming
it'll
through
most
both of
definitely
them now,
have
which I shouldn't be.
different timings on it, so it'll be ever so
coming
slightly
through
out of
both of
phase
them.
as well. So it'll sound absolutely awful. Turn off mic auxiliary audio 3,
Well,
mute it, or
Comparing that image that I've got in Discord, no, then you don't come through I've got there. Desktop audio default. Desktop audio 2 is voice meter aux input. Mic auxiliary audio voice meter output.
yeah.
Then I've got the mic auxiliary audio 2 is voice meter aux output.
Yeah.
Yep. Mic auxiliary audio 3 is voice meter output. So that's just copying what was in that image.
Just get rid of it. Just get rid of 3. You don't need 3.
Okay, get rid of 3. I'll just put that to disabled. Well, okay. Comparing that
And they
image
should
that
hear
I've got
us,
in
and they should hear you
Discord.
without any
I've got
echo.
desktop audio default.
Echo.
Desktop audio. We'll try again. No, I'm still coming through both. Voice meter aux input. I'm coming through mic auxiliary and mic auxiliary 2. Auxiliary audio.
Because you've also got you're also
voice
going through
meter
both. That's right.
output.
Because you need to put
Then
your
I've got the mic auxiliary audio 2.
microphone.
Voice
You need
meter
to tell one of the
aux
channels
output. Yep.
In
mic auxiliary
banana.
audio 3 is
at the
voice
left-hand
meter
end at the hardware inputs.
output.
You told me you had
That's
B1
just
and
copying what
B2
was in
selected.
that
didn't
image.
you?
Not B2 is Okay, get rid in of 3. voice meter in the virtual. I'll just
No,
voice
not in the
meter.
virtuals. In the hardware microphone, the left-hand most slider on the whole screen.
Oh yeah, that's my first one. Yeah, that's B1 and B2.
Yeah, it needs to just go to.
Try again.
B1.
No, I'm still coming through both. Okay, well, we did
think-
put that one on auxiliary and mic auxiliary change
Yeah,
that. We'll see what that does.
Because you've also got. Because you're also
Right,
going
now that
through
means
both.
I'm only coming
That's
through
right,
mic auxiliary there.
You need to put your.
And
You
these
should be in
guys are
one
coming
channel,
through.
and we should be in the other channel.
Yeah, there we go.
Microphone. You need
And
to
then
tell one
these
of the
guys
channels
will be coming through
in
with the audio
banana
of the video.
at the left-hand end at the hardware inputs. You
No,
told me
you're
you had
coming through
B1
mine.
and B2
Okay,
selected.
it is a monument.
That's fair enough. B2 is in
Yeah.
voice meter in the virtual. Right, user coming through the
No,
bottom
not
one
in the
now.
verticals. In the hardware microphone, the left-handmost slider on the whole screen.
Oh yeah, that's my first be one. Right, that's B1 and B2.
Yeah, it needs to
check
just
see
go to
Larry
B1.
says good. Okay. Demon says good. We did put that one on
Thing.
before, so let's change that. We'll see what that does. Right, now that means I'm only coming through mic auxiliary there. And
Yeah,
these guys are
you
coming
should be in
through,
one
should be good
channel
for
and
now.
you should be in the other channel.
Yeah, there we go. I'll definitely take an image of that. Will be coming through. So I've got, and I'll post them in Discord that way I can video. Keep what they
There's
look like.
the radius of the earth.
No, user coming through mine. Okay,
The way I
that's fair
phrase
enough.
it is a monument.
That's fair enough. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And they can hear us now.
Right, user coming through the
Are
bottom
we there
one
yet?
now. Are we there yet? Yeah, we're here.
Are we there yet?
Okay. We should be right. Am I coming through both or only the one? Just check to see if the...
You should
Larry
only be
says
coming through
good,
one, because if you come
Stephen
through
says
two, you
good.
get terrible echo.
And when I talk, I'm coming through mic auxiliary. Right.
Terry,
I
they
just
can
pick
hear
up.
you.
I just,
We can
yeah,
hear you.
no echo.
They can hear us. They can hear the.
Definitely
They
take
can
an
hear
image of
the.
that when we finish.
They can hear
Alan,
the
so I've
audio from the
and I'll post them
video.
in Discord. Video.
I think you're good to
See
go.
what they look like.
Yeah,
Right.
don't touch anything else. Whatever you do, do
Oh,
not
no.
touch anything else.
Through mic. You mean don't?
Late broke, don't fix it.
You're saying don't touch nothing else from now on.
Yeah, that's,
No audio.
you know what I mean.
Okay, I'm not.
You know what I mean.
I won't- I'm not.
No.
I'm not touching nothing.
What I mean, don't touch the settings is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Don't be cheeky. Man. Don't be cheeky.
What's this any key?
And do you see that button that says end stream? Don't touch it.
Yeah.
What? That one? This one?
If you really want to fix it, Terry, you got a little Windows thing on the bottom of your screen. Click that, go down to voice meter, and click uninstall.
Yeah,
And
do
that will
that.
fix it.
Yeah, that will fix it. Definitely get
But
rid of
not
it.
now. Not now. Not now.
But I wasn't having a problem with Banana. It was OBS. The settings were wrong in there.
The banana took over my machine yesterday.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You had a
betcha.
revolting banana.
It is gone. Goodbye. Good riddance.
Well, there's no other voice meter type programs out there that does the same thing.
Don't need it. I mean, there's a lot of people do streams without voice meter and without banana. Believe you me.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
plenty of people.
Well, you can't blame me. I blame Alan because he's the one who got me onto banana.
Ugh. Anyway, Alan didn't change the settings. Let's just.
I didn't change him.
Oh, okay.
I'll blame somebody else.
Okay.
Blame me. You usually do. So
Blame
fine.
Matt.
The problem comes because we've been doing this so long that we started
Yeah.
doing it when you couldn't. If you tried sharing video in Discord, right, you didn't get any audio, right? So of course you had to use a mixer in order for the audio to get to everybody. But Discord fixed that kind of, so now you can get away with doing it that way. That's why. That's why when Bev was going on about, I bet it all just works in Discord. Yeah, it might work in Discord now.
Now.
Didn't then.
But when we set everything up, it didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was several years back, wasn't it? That?
Yeah, because
When
when
we were first doing
you've been
that.
streaming longer than you've been doing it longer than Bev the idiot's been doing it.
Oh, but he said he's been doing it for what, a couple of years? I don't think so.
Well, but yeah, I mean, you've been doing it a bit more than 2 years, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
I
Yeah.
think about three or 4 years nearly. I
About
think.
4 years.
Anyway, should we start the
get
show
started?
then? Shall we?
Yeah.
Should
Oh
get
yeah, we
going?
might start. We might start, eh? That'd be an idea. I never thought of
Yeah.
that.
Be going for about an hour now.
Yeah.
Haven't started yet.
Well,
It's got more than
you
that,
know
but
what
yeah.
will happen you know what we don't want to, you know what to happen. So if you know what was going to happen that we're doing this, I would have rather it happened while we're doing this than not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, guys, I only popped in to say hello and I hope you had a nice
that was an hour
Christmas.
ago.
And,
Hello, Alan. Merry Christmas.
Hello,
I
Alan.
assume you're playing on Saturday, so I'll see you on Saturday.
See you
Yeah,
then, mate.
Saturday
And I
evening,
shall
my
go back
time.
to playing with my grandchildren.
Well done, Alan.
Yeah.
Well done. Hand to
well
Alan.
done,
Give him a
Alan.
hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Well done, Alan.
Thank you, Alan. See, Alan always comes to the rescue.
Golf clap.
No, all right. See you later,
What
guys.
did we do
Bye.
with that, Alan?
See you later, mate.
Bye. Oh, there goes our special guest.
I was just waiting because he's on his phone and he couldn't do it because I was just waiting to hear that voice, the dulcet tones of, "Are you talking to retards again?"
Yeah. that'd be funny.
That would have been perfect timing, but of course he's on his phone and I doubt if he's got it on his phone.
I heard his son-in-law in the background, but I didn't hear Rosie.
No, I didn't hear Rosie.
And
Well,
I don't know which child's which by then the names of from the voice. I couldn't tell you.
The thing is, Rosie saying that, I mean, like, you could never have done it again because the timing of it was just absolutely perfect. You couldn't have timed her saying it any better.
I'll have to clip that out. I'll find it.
Yeah.
So, have we got any Lindsay at all?
No, but
Have a look.
I was going to say, Paul, if Paul's still there, he could put up his clue, even though everyone knows who it is.
You've got Bev.
Paul did put up his clue. He put it up an hour ago.
Did he?
We've definitely
He
got
put up the clue. I didn't see the clue.
We've got to bag Bev out for a few minutes as well. Don't forget.
I saw the answer, but I didn't see the clue.
Yeah, y'all lead off with Bev, I think.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, the clue went up 43 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a scientist, and his initials are J and a K.
Do I read out the clue, Terry, since I've got it in front of me?
Yeah,
I
read out
don't know.
the
Where's the clue?
It's way up. It's way up. I'll read it out. Today's scientist is
Wait
a
a minute.
Scottish...
Well, I might be able to find it.
Okay. It's just there, ready right in front of me.
I know she's still got
I'll
the
read out
space.
this. I'll read out this clue, and if you think it's a different clue, then you read out the different
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so I'll read out this clue. So today's scientist is a Scottish physicist who discovered double refraction in solid and liquid dielectrics in an electric field. He showed that his effects can be induced using lasers where the electric field of the light itself causes the effect.
That sounds like John Kerr.
His first name's John, I know that much.
That sounds like John Kerr.
Well, funny you should say that.
Yeah, funny I should say that.
You being funny?
Yes, Clive is in the chat, so therefore I know the answer because he's already posted it.
Oh, what Clive said.
Yeah, what Clive said.
What Clive said.
Yeah, what Clive said.
Yeah.
Of course, Clive's going to get the right answer. Of course he is.
Of course he is. And before everyone else.
Well, we'll watch a little bit of the Bev and then we'll flush our brains out with a bit of Lindsay after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What's left?
Yeah.
While you're doing that,
And somebody,
go on.
while you're doing that,
Yeah, while you're doing that, we should have a segment of the show called "While You're Doing That."
Yeah.
While you're doing that, can have a jingle and everything. While you're doing that,
I preferred Clarkson's segment on Top Gear, and he said, "The other day I was on the internet and I found this."
oh yeah, he says that a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
well,
you
the
know
other day when I
exactly what
on
it
the
was.
internet. Yeah.
well, we could do a Twitter or what are they, TikToky thingos,
TikToky.
and we could play something like that.
TikToky.
Yeah. While you're doing that, did you know the UK has just had its first satellite launch from UK soil authorised
Oh,
by
wow.
the Civil Aviation Authority?
Oh,
Yeah.
they've given Virgin the nod, have they?
Yeah, they're giving Virgin the nod. So I'm not sure what the date is yet, but yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, the fact that it's a plane launch, it doesn't matter, but it's still a launch from UK soil.
Oh yes, they launch them under the, what was it, a 747 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's still a satellite launch. It's just got over that initial getting a dirty great big rocket off the ground. That's the hard part. And
Yeah.
What did you say? They're launching it from underneath the 747?
Yeah. Virgin have done this already. They have a rocket that they launch from. Yeah, they carry it up to altitude under the wing of a 747 and then launch it.
You wouldn't want to make a mistake and the satellite part stayed behind and the 747 got launched.
Why would that happen?
How would that happen?
How exactly?
As a famous man once said quite a lot, you can't break the laws of physics.
You can try.
And then this captain wanted us him to anyway. Oh, I know. I'll give it a go. What if I twiddle this here knob?
I think you find that the 747 will get to a certain altitude and it will go.
I'm
not doing this anymore. Fuck this. I know you know.
I know it's not possible.
I'm playing along, Terry. I'm playing along.
It's like something you see in a
one
cartoon,
captain would say to the other one, "Why is it getting so dark all of a sudden?"
We got it.
I mean, the rocket they launch is still a respectable size.
I mean, Demonor posted a link for it.
You might have done.
He did. But...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's from
Give me a
Rocket Launch Live.
yeah,
Virginia's launch lovers. What's this?
Any video, or is it just?
Oh yeah, Rocket Lab, Electron rocket launch of Virginia's for launch lovers. It's called. That's what it's called. Mission. The launch date is January 23rd. What name? Virginia is for launch lovers. That's the name of the launch.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did come up with some bizarre names for their launches.
Launchy McLaunch Launch Face? Is that the?
Yeah, one of these days they probably are going to come up with Launch McLaunch Face, probably, or Rocket Face.
Oh yes, here we are. See it on the Wikipedia page. Yeah, January 2023. Spaceport Cornwall.
Spaceport Cornwall.
That's what it's called. Spaceport Cornwall.
Yeah, I know.
I shall write my old booty.
Right, boy.
That'll go up. Yeah,
Let's be launching that thing there. Go on, like the fuse there, boy.
That's a cracking job.
Right. Mono's just coming here.
Spaceport cool.
There's no tractor involved.
Oh, there's got to be tractors.
So, it's going to bound to be a tractor to take the rocket to the launch pad.
Yeah. Well, it'll be the tractor that pulls the 747 out of the hangar, I bet.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the same accent, but with the tractor in it.
No, that'd be Carmel. That'd probably mesh and control, wouldn't it?
I can get to do the thing.
On Carmel.
No, the bloke off that scrapyard challenge. Bloke.
Proper job.
Proper job.
Yeah, that's him.
Proper job.
He says that a lot. Proper job.
What the hell was that? What was that bloody team
Even
called?
saying wrong link. Oh, jeez.
Scrap something or other, wasn't it? Scrap. I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, it was Scrap Eat Challenge, but there was a particular team, and they were from the West Country. And I just remember them. They had to build a device that would launch minis, and they built a giant trebuchet out of telegraph poles that would launch a mini. Yeah. And the very first time they operated it, it just imploded in on itself. And all three of them, these three who just spent all weekend building this thing, just pissed themselves laughing because that's all they could do. I can't remember the name of the bloody team, but they were hilarious. They really were broad West Country. It's a proper job, that is, you know. It just folded in on itself. It was fucking brilliant.
I remember actually my Uncle David said he's an engineer. He said that thing is over-engineered. It ain't going to work, he says, and it didn't.
But out of the same program, you had guys who could build buggies powered by pulse jets and launch them down a drag strip. You know, you had some clever guys in there, but yeah,
build a trebuchet.
They only had 2 days to build them or something, didn't they?
Yeah, well, there was a lot going on in the background. I have actually got the book somewhere all about the TV series, and it was co-presented by the guy who played Crichton, and there was a woman on there who helped co-present it. It was her idea. She was the genius behind the show. She actually came up with the whole thing and sort of guided it in the background. I can't think of my bloody name. Were they the barley pickers? I can't remember.
It was pretty clever of some of them to even, like with the scrapyard they had, to find things that even worked that they could drag out of the scrap piles.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they'd put if there was one where they had to build rockets, and they had a whole load of rocket engines, little rocket engines, and they hid them in the scrapyard. And of course, it was down to the teams to go and find stuff like that. So they did sometimes sort of give them a helping hand, but basically it was go and find the chassis of a car and go and find an engine.
Which scrapyard do you normally find a rocket engine in?
Exactly, you don't. But I think they knew for some of their challenges they needed help because if you're building a rocket, you ain't gonna find anything to power a rocket in a scrapyard, are you?
Well, you're not going to build one from scratch.
No.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, with a rocket engine, you don't need a chemical rocket, do you? I mean, you could build a solid rocket, and then really all you need is a tube and a nozzle. That's really all you need, really.
Oh, dear. Oh, they're from Devon, and they were called the Barley Pickers.
Ah, Barley Pickers. Is that what they called themselves? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And also, SpaceX launched their, as it was pointed out in the chat earlier on, I think it was Zebulon that pointed out, the 60th flight of the year. SpaceX, 60 flights in a year. Jesus.
I watched that this morning. Yeah, it just happened to coincide when I sat at my PC. I thought, we'll watch it.
No, I missed it because I was in bed because I was lazy. Yeah, 60. I mean, that's 5 a month. I mean, that's extraordinary. 5 a month.
There was a week. I think there was a week where they did 3 launches in a week, just about. Within that 7 days.
Yeah. It works out. It works out just over 1 launch a week, doesn't it? Just about. Just over 1 launch a week. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Okay. What were we doing?
Hell, the Germans are doing 15 or 20 a day.
Yeah, firing most of them at London.
Yeah, gits.
Yeah, but the reason they fired so many is because they weren't hitting their target.
They didn't have a target.
Yeah.
Over there.
Over there, yeah. Just
that direction, that sort of range. We'll
point it in that direction. When the fuel runs out, it will land somewhere over there, near London.
Yeah.
London,
well, the V1s, yes, the V2s were a little bit more advanced than that, but it was pretty much, it was that way. Keep it pointed that way in that direction and that distance. But the V1s, they had an airlock, that little propeller on the front. When that had turned so many times, it had covered the required distance, and it shut the fuel off. And
it's a little bit like hand grenades. I mean, the first thing you're really happy about is if it just gets a long way away from you. If it actually hits something, that's even better. But
yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't want to hit anything and come back.
No.
Ooh, although I believe technically the German, what these call the potato mashers, the stick grenades, they were what you call an offensive grenade. You throw it, and then here's the bit: you throw it, and then you run after it.
What?
Because grenades come in 2 types. They're either offensive or defensive. If it's defensive, you pop out the trench. Oh, they're coming at me. Throw the grenade, duck back down, and let it go boom. If you're assaulting a position, you throw the grenade and you carry on running after it.
Sod that for a game of soldiers. Literally.
They're the ones who don't have the casing that explodes out in all directions everywhere, because obviously that might hit you. But if you're just throwing a grenade that's basically just, an explosive charge, you throw the grenade and you're running after it because you're assaulting the position. You throw the grenade, hope to hit them, either kill them or get their heads down, whilst you're attacking them. A lot of modern grenades come in 2 parts. So they're either an offensive grenade, or you put the bit that fragments over the top, and that becomes the defensive grenade. That's the one that you throw and duck.
Just found a really interesting video. I'm going to have to convert it though because it's on Twitter.
Apparently, the army I served in didn't know anything about that. The only one ones we had went boom and sent shit flying in all directions.
Yeah.
I discovered a party trick.
Are we ready for this?
Do it. Push play, Terry.
Push play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for
Blue
the
could do
Fair
it, didn't
Dinkum Drongo Award going to, and the winner is...
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
I did. Didn't you hear it?
Hear it.
Hear it? You heard the drum roll.
Bloody Marty picks up everything else, but not me going.
I used to be really good at it, but Jesus.
Yeah, your fucking ass is jealous of your mouth from all the bullshit that comes out of it. Just shut up for a while.
See, that's probably the funniest thing anyone's ever said in here because it's like a dry ass room.
Yeah,
Go on, Bev. What do you tell us, Bev?
Right, Rufus, we're on the
Got that
canal.
back there, so it might be.
We're looking down on top of the canal.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, because I mean, how do you draw it in elevation? You can do it in elevation if you want, like that. Right?
A valid elevation.
Yeah, so we're looking down on top of the canal. It's a triangle from the air.
Right, okay. So you're at point A.
I don't even know if he listens half.
All the sides, it's not, you know, they're a mile sides. So call it an equilateral triangle. 3 angles, 1, 2, 3, add up to 180 degrees. You know the deal with triangles.
Oh, well, Riley doesn't, but yeah, go.
But you're okay with that, though. Triangle, 180 degrees.
Yep.
Okay. So we're at A. Now, do you want to establish a horizontal at A?
Yep.
Oh, I already see where this is going.
Okay, so we're going to go from A to B.
Yep.
And we've established a horizontal at A. What happens? 1 mile.
Yeah, it drops 8 inches.
8 inches. So from A to B.
This is going to be the same point again.
A to B.
No, it's different.
B.
You don't see it coming, Rufus?
8 inches
Well,
in the down
the infinite
direction,
drop.
right?
Bullshit,
So
right?
we're going to set a horizontal at B.
Yep.
And we're going to go from B to C.
Yep.
Go on. What?
It will drop from B, relative to B to C 8 inches.
It's 8 inches in the downwards.
It will drop from level, whatever.
Yeah.
8 inches.
It can't drop up.
8 inches down again. And then we're going to go from C back to A. Our starting
From
point.
C, if you then reset, if you reset where your level is at C.
You just made this thing is a.
That's right. Let me finish.
All those level lines are not parallel. That's the problem.
Come on.
Hey, pretty good things here.
Sorry?
Yeah, all those level lines are not parallel.
We're on the last leg. Ruhif, please. From C to A.
You're going to add up to 3 lots of 8 inches, right?
Oh, down 8 inches again, yeah?
Do that. You can't do that, Bev. Not how it works, you dick.
Downward direction again.
Relative to wherever you are standing, there will be 8 inches drop to the other.
Down. So
what
we've done is we've started on a canal, a triangular canal, and we've gone down 8 inches, down another 8 inches.
No!
And down another 8 inches. End up at the same place we started.
Oh, dear.
So we've gone...
Oh, no.
No, Ben.
So it's dropped. So he's saying it's dropped 24 inches from point A.
Yeah.
Or from point B. Or
He's
point C.
confusing elevation change with drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you then go backwards, going to C to B, is it going up 8 inches?
No.
It's gone down 8 inches again.
I mean, you could literally dig yourself down into the earth, but just going backwards and forwards 1 foot, right?
Yeah.
Completely
just keep doing a triangle. Keep doing a triangle.
Well, you don't even need to do a triangle.
Deeper.
You just need to go from A to B and then from B to A.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Yeah, that's right.
It's just,
big trench.
Yeah. It's just losing 3D. They have no concept of 3-dimensional. So.
Oh dear me.
A to B and A to C are both 8 inches. Then B and C are the same level.
That's
At best.
I can't wait to see where he goes with this.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
John said Abbott and Costello's mathematics routine was funnier.
Oh dear.
All right, go on then. Let's play again, Terry.
So we've dropped 24 inches from point.
No. You haven't even got
No,
that.
that's
right,
what
Jerry.
Bev said.
We haven't got to the
Bev,
point yet.
no,
Yeah,
he
we've got
did.
to that boy
He
yet.
did say it.
Yeah, he hasn't said it yet. No, he hasn't. Not the total. He
Well,
hasn't.
I'm preemptive because that's what I know what he's like.
Stop trying to do the math for him. Let him do the math.
let him get it horribly wrong. Go on then.
All right.
Go on.
Okay.
We've gone
where
all
you
the
ended
way
up
a
because you
trip,
did it
and
wrong.
we've gone down 28 inches.
28?
And up at the point that we...
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
28 apparently.
Can't I do math? I'll have to get a triangle calculator out. Does anyone know where I'm at?
I challenge him to find a dartboard where 888 is 28.
Yeah.
Treble 8 is not 28. I'll tell you that.
It's one of those special
I
home rules.
hope he was paying.
dartboards.
I hope he was paying me $8 an hour for work, and I'd get $28.
Yeah.
Oh God! He'd be bad as an employer, wouldn't he? He'd just be giving away money because he can't add
That's
up.
double 14, 36. Christ.
How could you get everything wrong in one explanation? Like everything wrong, including the math. It's what the fuck.
Not for nothing.
Not only did he do the wrong math, he did the wrong math and did that wrong.
He got the what you mean? He got the wrong math wrong. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you got the wrong math wrong.
That's not how you do it.
Bro, that's what you just drew an M, like a how do you go? It would go. It's a wave, right? You're going up and down. And up. There's 3 humps. Yeah, there's 3 humps on this thing. That should only be 1. No humps.
But he hasn't even
Paige,
it's gone down.
Paige, your mic is introducing.
He's here.
Paige, your mic is introducing a crackle.
It sounds down too.
Yeah, how do you do that?
How do you
Guys, come on.
Down.
If you want
And you're
to
at the same
say
time.
Ruth will explain how you do that.
Yeah, you're not actually going.
Bro, that's a David Blaine trick. That's a magic trick. No, it's not. Going down 8 inches 3 times and then ending up where you began is not a magic trick.
Hey.
If you could go down 3 8-inch stairs,
God, I've lost
if you could go down
Okay,
3
yeah.
8-inch stairs and end up in the back one, I'd be fucking amazed, bro. That'd be awesome.
Bev claims to be a genius.
Like, look, Ruhif, I don't claim to be anything that you keep saying that, but I know it's
And you do,
impossible to do anything with just an angle. I'd never be so retarded as to come in here and claim to be able to do that. So you trying to palm it off as though you can pass it on. So please show us your massive intellect and show us what you do with an angle. Surely you've stalled for long enough for someone like Rumpus or somebody to write you up something.
Does anyone mind if I
Bullshit.
record this? Does anyone mind if I record this?
Go on, please do.
All right, hang on. Get OBS up.
The horizon on a circle.
Poor Matt lost it.
Oh God, dead! I can't do this anymore.
So you acknowledge that you cannot do it.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I acknowledge that the horizon is a straight line because it is parallel with horizontal.
No,
So
what is the
you've
angle?
just generated a circle. It's listen. I will say it again. Can nobody hear me?
Yeah.
Right. A horizontal, like elevation, is a change in vertical distance, vertical height. So any change in vertical height is a change in elevation. So
No.
what they're saying here is there is zero change in vertical height. That's what elevation means, Jeremy.
Yeah,
it
not a drop.
doesn't mean curve. It never has. You have
but
just
elevation-
been talking to people at a certain server, and they have convinced you that elevation is a curve.
No.
No.
It is not.
Nobody's done it.
Nobody says that. Except
No,
you.
no.
Oh, they,
Oh, it's Ben lying again.
I wonder what server he's implying.
Elevation is a change in distance from your datum, but it's not curved. Your datum might be curved, but your elevation isn't.
It's these idiots who keep trying to conflate elevation and curve.
Yeah.
It's not us. We know the difference between the two quite clearly.
Yeah. And
But
elevation.
trying to explain it to them
Oh wow!
in English.
You're better off talking to a brick wall.
Yeah. Terry, I was watching a video 2 years ago and they're exactly the same stuff. So it's.
It's nothing we haven't heard before. Again and again and again and again.
And again and again.
Yeah.
And again.
But that's just wrong.
What is it? Post nauseum or something?
Yeah.
Ad nauseum.
Ad nauseum. That's it.
Yes.
If his little diagram,
go ahead, Jose.
If you taught at 45 degrees, it would actually be true or closer to what the elevation profile is. So each spot would effectively have the same level. But that's okay. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, I don't. Just like maybe a minute or two. A question for Beb. A concern that I have, because I heard about this test for months now. Since I known Beb, maybe a few months, maybe about a year roughly.
2 years.
But I think you did some kind of a small test run for a camera, little preview. But you haven't done this test. You haven't been on the field, even though you have the tools. Is your test involved anything physical and
Having
being on
those
the
days
field
I
and
go on
using
every
the
off.
tools and the devices that you have, or is it just talking to people and it's just words?
Must be a different time of the day when people go on each channel.
Well, we've been out on the canal, right, with the water level and the auto level, testing it, testing the procedure that we're doing and all of that. You saw Sly's equipment, so he's actually got all of the equipment. He's had that. How long has he had it, Jose?
A long time, maybe longer than you, or maybe a little less, because
Right,
maybe
so
you
he's
bought it just
actually got the equipment, and he's not done it. Do you want go on the shows that he goes on?
He did do it, but he had problems.
Yeah, he attempted to do it. He attempted to do it.
He failed it badly, didn't it?
People have done it
Leaked
too.
everywhere.
Have you attempted? That's the question. Like, be honest. Have you attempted it?
Yeah, and no, I haven't got 16 100 meters of tubing yet. No, like Sly has.
A lot of words, but nothing substance. No substance yet. It's
Yes,
you
yeah. Jose, if you want to know, yes, we have been out on the canal with a 100 meter water level. We have checked it, and yes, for your information, it is horizontal. Now, we can go out again, and we will be going out again and doing much more testing.
You measure the two ends.
It's one
you get the
length
same
to
elevation.
post.
Sorry, Terry.
One
go.
length
I mean,
to
how,
post.
how did he check that it was horizontal? He did.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe he had two lengths of hose and he overlapped them.
Yeah.
But to the same point though, weren't they?
Yes.
So he's measured two elevation, an elevation at one end and an elevation at the other end, but not an elevation in the middle.
No, because
They weren't connected in the middle.
They weren't connected. They were just two separate short water levels
But
that
that's
sort of
that's
overlapped each other.
That's the whole
That-
point,
that
and he
did
knows
nothing.
that everyone's saying is you've got to do the 3 points so that you can see the bulge, for whatever the word, in the middle.
Yeah, and the test that he refuses to do is to put an auto level at each end and look at each other.
Yeah.
He won't do that.
Yeah.
Because he knows what'll happen.
Yeah, exactly. He keeps on pretending that you can't use auto levels like that.
You could have done over 100. You should have seen a little bit of a difference on 100 meters. But,
Oh, you mean like the one at that tower over at when he's on the beach with the
Blackpool.
that one?
Blackpool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. I think he regrets.
Yeah.
It could be wrong.
Because I kept asking him, "What's the crosshairs mean?" I don't think I got an answer for that one.
The next 20, 25 minutes or so is just people saying how great the stream is to Terry, so I wouldn't
Oh,
bother with
okay.
that part. So skip to about 34 minutes or so, 34, 35 minutes.
Okay. About a 31. There we go.
That's close.
You should never use it over a distance where you can't sight and look at the measurement accurately.
Can I ask you that? Let's just hypothesize a little bit. We set up a tube with water in it, a vertical tube, and then a horizontal tube that runs down the earth.
It's just like one tube. All right.
Yeah, well, a vertical tube with water in it, and then the horizontal tube, and let's just say 30 miles out, put up the other vertical tube, right? And you fill one end.
No, it's just one tube. You mean with both ends of it end up.
It's equalized, but how do you verify that? How can I verify that? How can anybody verify that it is from one point to the other point and a straight line? You just can't see it.
Why did you take it to the extreme of 30 miles?
It's okay. I mean, it's
let's say
still
10
good.
miles. Or 5
Okay, so the water is equalized within that tube, right? The one body of water is equalized. Now, you're asking me how
do I verify?
Can verify that the water level
point to point
is it's a device that establishes a horizontal plane of reference.
Point to point straight line.
Right. It is a tool that establishes a horizontal
how do we
plane
do that, though?
of
We have to look.
Okay, then let's get a
Pause,
tube.
pause.
Get your tube, right?
No.
He keeps on. He claims that he's so into geometry and he's all about Euclid and stuff like that, and yet he fails to recognise that 2 points don't establish a plane.
A plane? No, they don't.
Yeah, I mean,
the best you can get out of that is a line. You can't
It's a
get
line,
a plane. You need a third point, not collinear, with the first 2 points.
Yes, exactly. So a water level with only 2 ends can never, ever establish a horizontal plane, Bev.
That's right.
Ever.
That's exactly right.
And
It's been
even
pointed out to him
Euclid
over and over again.
Even Euclid would agree with that.
Euclid would throw food at you if you said that to him.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
He certainly would. In fact, he's probably
That'd
rolling
only
out
work
of
if
his
the Earth
grave
was
right now.
flat. And he claims that he's not a flat earther, so
And you get smacked in the side of the head with a handful of mashed potatoes if you said that to Euclid, for God's sake.
And that's not even a flat earth thing. That's
and he's
just
not a flat earther.
that's
Yeah,
just
right.
Geometry.
Okay.
And you start off at one end, and at every inch you put a point, right, and then move your water level a bit, put another point, and then another point, and then another point.
Where are
You
you
join
putting the
those
point?
point to point to point to point to point all the way up for 30 miles. Are you going to say it isn't a straight line?
You betcha.
You betcha. It won't be a straight line.
Well,
That's why
not be a straight line.
we're establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
How I would know that?
It could because it is a tool. It's
Yeah,
2020, right? It is 2020 now, right? How many people do you know that have personally debunked the fact that a water level
was done
does
back in
not
2020?
establish a horizontal plane of reference?
What's the
How many
one of those
people do
I'll put
you
my hand up.
I'm sure if
I
This video from 2020? Because he said 2020 there.
Yeah.
I mean, more than 2,000 years ago, they knew that 2 points didn't establish a horizontal plane, Bev. Oh, dear.
know that have falsified that a water level does not establish a horizontal plane of reference. In fact, how many people do you know that have falsified the law of hydrostatics to prove that water can hump and support itself?
Now, I was just how do I verify
Oh dear.
How do I
First of
know
all,
that-
okay. Then.
What was that statement? Water. Hump
Water
or
can
something?
hump and support itself.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, there again lies his misunderstanding. That's not a hump of water.
Is this in closed captions? But then I can get. Then we can get that as a text.
You can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
You just can't make this shit up. It's impossible.
Oh God.
I mean, there's other examples. I don't know what he's looking for. Surface tension will do it. Alone.
They're 2 years ago. I think he's remembered everything word for word.
Yeah. And then he claims he's not a flat earther.
Right.
And he claims that. Yeah.
Oh dear.
The level is horizontal,
even
but
if
I'm
you-
not a flat earther.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, what is he saying? He's saying that 70% of the Earth is water, right? And he says that he can prove that the water doesn't bend. So, what does he think happens in the land if he's not a flat earther? What happens between those two, the non-bending bits of water? And then say I'm not a flat earther. So, anyway, we all know that.
No. So I'll keep listening to this non-flat earther, flat
there
earther.
more stuff in this, or is it just the same? Carry on.
We'll keep going for a couple of more minutes here.
I'm just asking the guys who've seen it. That's all.
Water level-
First of all,
look at them. You know,
yeah,
I put in some pipes and
Aaron.
I
Yes,
stand back
you're gonna keep talking, or do you want to know?
them. Like what?
Have
not Aaron.
you ever heard
what happened to Aaron? I haven't
of
heard it lately.
falsification within the scientific method?
What?
Have you ever heard of it?
And what?
Have
Yeah,
you?
yeah. And
You
and
okay
one-
then? Well,
one
there you go.
independent
What you
variable,
do is you go out and find someone that has falsified it. Don't ask me to verify it. You go out and find someone that has falsified it.
Aaron is wasting your time.
I know.
You grumbles every time.
Sorry.
If
about
you
that.
want
Okay,
to
so here, let me. I kind of.
you're just wasting time.
I kind of. Like me and Aaron, you know, sometimes. So you have 2 points, right? Like now, if you have 2 points that are 6 feet above the ground, you're saying, how do I verify that these points are both 6 feet above the ground and there's no deviation between them? Is that your question?
They're not necessarily going to be 6 feet above the ground at both ends, anyhow.
What?
Depends if there's an increase or a decrease in elevation from one side to the other.
Of the ground.
Yeah.
The ground doesn't matter.
My question
Right.
actually goes to distance
Just the
right to hand.
top of the water.
Let's say we
Just falsify it, Aaron. Falsify it, please.
Put your
Falsify-
level in the middle and look at both.
Who's falsified it? Who has give Aaron the cause to falsify this, or to ask me to verify it?
Well, I'll entertain. But the thing is, I'll entertain in the fact that if we can establish it over an inch, right, then it just becomes a matter of duplication. So in my mind, distance is not a problem because I can take a bathtub and put 2 points on either side of the bathtub and see how they're on the same level or there's no deviation. So now it's just, okay, well, we're doing a bathtub. Now we can do it with any length of distance. We just have to get the water in some sort of container. So for me, distance is not a problem with establishing a straight line.
Right to hand, but my objection to that would be, how could you look through all those bathtubs? How do you do that? Do you have to use a lens?
You don't
some
need
sort of
to look
magnifying
through them.
lens?
You don't have to look
distance?
through them.
Well,
You can put a water level around a corner, and that's the whole
Now,
point. Since it's
we're
mechanical
talking
operation,
we're talking about 3 miles of bathtubs, right? Let's say.
Yeah.
Where water's level, and each bathtub
Why don't you
is
just
level.
call it a lake
I get it,
instead of
I get it.
getting
Now,
using bathtub?
how do you verify that?
I mean, we do have lakes.
We use the first postulate of Euclidean geometry, where it says that a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other. So you just say water level. There is one point at one end, another point at the other, and Euclidean geometry states that is a straight line between it. Now, you can falsify it whenever you want, Aaron. Up to you. Go. Yeah.
No, well, so Aaron, I would say that at the end of the day, right? Like, we're gonna come because you're saying how? Show me why, right? And I get it. I'm with you. And at the end of the day, and right in that when you get to this, you have the water, you have the horizontal, you have the points, you have the 6 feet above the ground. You're coming to a logical conclusion that either this line is going to follow or it's going to curve under, right? So it is kind of.
How do you? There's no line right there.
No,
the
imaginary line we're connecting these 2 points.
No, you didn't pull out a string over all your bathtubs.
Well, you could put a string over the water, right? But then you would say, how would you tell that string is straight? Because the water is the standard. You know what I mean? So even if you had this straight string over the water, you could be like, well, how do you know that string is straight? Well, because it's compared to the water. So to verify any of these things, I would say you'd have to use the water.
I threw out the string only because.
Well, that was their string theory.
Never pulled string out. But we would always use an optical device.
I remember that a while back.
To try to verify from point to
Water level isn't
water level's not
optical.
optical.
You have to.
That's
you
the
can't
point.
use your eye. So
You don't need to use your eye with a water level.
Well, you do.
What the hell's up here?
I get it.
You don't need to use your eyes with the water
The
level.
water level's a mechanical
How
device.
else do you look at it?
No opticals in it.
Yeah.
How else do you
Mark it
line one end
braille,
up to the
right?
other?
And a blind
Like
person
you
Yeah.
said, Red Hand, you just back up
Like
6
you can't
feet
do
away,
it
and you're like,
for
"Yep, that's level."
Angle.
They do what levels in Braille.
that's
Right?
where you
So the whole Earth is
that's
level.
what you do.
Doesn't understand.
You actually, the physical water level is a mechanical operation that can be touched. It doesn't have to be looked at, right? You can physically touch the water level, and you could, instead of putting marks that you look at, you could put marks that you feel. And when the water is at a certain point, you can feel this because water's wet.
Hey?
Oh my
Marks
God.
and notches. This is a physical operation, not an
That's a new one.
optical thing. This is a physical measurement with this device.
From point to point.
What do you do? Stick your finger in the hole so you feel it's wet?
Well, you drill holes in the side of the water level, you see.
Right, the hand apparently wants a braille measuring
I
tape.
feel
Yeah, Braille version. Okay.
especially if we're trying to
You
look at
take your
something.
hand across the table. Is moving your hand going point to point physically?
Okay. But make that table 10 miles long.
How
And tell
silly.
Make
tell
that
me if
table
you
out of
feel
water.
any difference in, let's say it curves up or curves down, or just
The water
slight
water
shift.
can't curve up or down. That's the beauty of it. That's what made that's
Well,
you're
that's
asking
not
for the
their
standard.
argument.
It comes to the water.
Water does curve in their argument.
No, well, I mean, but not in reality.
Not in reality.
Because in reality,
Are you playing baller here?
straight, we use water,
Exactly, because
right? There's this stuff. It's called self-leveler, right? It's a powder you mix and you put it on the ground, and it creates a flat surface when you have unevens. Like, come on.
and yet
But not over 3 miles.
If there was something shaped like a ball and you wanted to make it flat, you would fill it. You would take that ball, you'd put it in a container and fill it with this stuff.
Yeah, it's called a lake. It's called a lake.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah,
let's say
you're not
20
using
mile
fil-
lake, right?
um,
There was a
self-leveler
very
to
good
do that.
argument that said, look, if there was a hump
Is it worth doing any more jumps?
No, probably not really. I don't know, Jerry. I haven't listened to the rest of it, so.
Well, you got some more Bev. Oh, you got some original Bev stuff here.
That's
He's
what
got
later, I think.
a board going here. Oh, here we go. We know he's going to be wrong here, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Is the one on the bottom a flat Earth?
Well, I consider this reality because the
Okay.
water level here and here, that's how a water level works to me.
Okay. If the bottom is flat Earth, then that's accurate.
No, no.
Yeah,
And
the
top
bottom
which is
one's
curved,
flat
it's
Earth,
not
will be alright.
That's not accurate.
Correct.
Okay, so how should this curve go?
The water level won't be accurate because it's curved.
Right, but
If
how
you- if you
would
make
how
a
would
line
the
of
water
sight-
level look accurate? Is that okay?
If you sight between station number 1 and station, or the first end of the tube and the second end of the tube,
If we
it will
put
not
like
be
the
perfect.
like the auto level, we put the auto level up in between
The
there.
auto level's accurate.
What?
Can we use the top? The top is on a curve, right? The top half of your diagram is on a curve, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So an auto level at station number 1 will be accurate.
What, an
but if
auto
you were to
level here?
sight- Yep. That will draw an accurate level.
So
but not down.
You watch, he'll draw it straight.
Auto level
that's
there.
wrong.
If he's going to draw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That will establish
Did he draw
an
it straight?
accurate
He didn't draw it
level.
perpendicular
level
to the
being
surface.
what?
Yep.
Where would this level bit go?
Well, it starts parallel to the surface that it's on, and then extends out.
How it starts parallel.
Yeah, it's
Well,
parallel
to the
to your
surface.
local down. Well, it's perpendicular to down, but it starts parallel. Your plane, your level plane, is parallel to the surface at that point.
He knows this. It's
Okay, so that would.
Draw a tangent.
Literally hear the
Draw a
cogs
tangent a little
grinding,
bit
can't
off the
you?
circle.
Yeah.
You want me to draw a tangent?
Yeah, a little
I
bit
think
off the
he's
circle.
trying to work.
A tangent off
Not
the circle, you say?
Yeah. Come on.
he knows this.
A
What
tangent.
level is-
Okay. Yeah.
Explain
A
it.
How do you
tangent
sound
not
like you're not acting
touching
dumb,
the
but you are acting
Right.
dumb?
You know what I'm trying to say,
How
right?
do
You
you
want
do-
me to
how
draw
do you
a
do that?
straight line?
The straight line that at that point is parallel to the surface. At that single point.
Horizontal,
He
right?
knows what that is.
Well,
Level.
You want me to draw it?
Level.
He
This is a
won't
water
draw
level.
it.
This is
He
the point
won't.
we're getting to, right?
He doesn't want
The
it.
level goes from here to here,
No, this is a curved surface.
right?
You drew it the other day
Yeah.
for you guys, though.
This is the curved
You
surface.
draw it the
Oh,
other day.
no.
Where your auto level is, draw a line that is level at that point.
Like that.
No, oh,
What a jackass.
How could that be level in any level? Oh, dear.
He knows it. He knows it.
Oh,
dear.
no.
A
He doesn't have
level
to
line
believe
going
it,
into
but-
the ground.
Yeah.
how could a surveyor not know what a tangent is? How?
I know.
How is that possible?
And
Why
he,
you never do-
says, he states that he's done a surveying type course.
No,
and
he
used
can't.
auto
It's
level.
impossible. He just no.
No, he hasn't. Not if he doesn't know to do that.
Oh, he
That's-
knows.
That's
He's
one of the
just-
things you'd have to know.
He does know what tangent is because he won't do
Yeah.
it because he knows it's going to prove him completely wrong. It's all going to be.
He doesn't. He
pear-shaped,
doesn't want to
isn't
draw
it?
it per the
Of course he
described.
doesn't.
No. So
Well, Bev, I don't know where you bought that surveying certificate, but you got screwed, buddy.
Yeah.
You did. You definitely did.
It's not level at
It
the
is.
auto level.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
it's
level
not.
is. That's
what level is.
you faced your level down into the ground.
That's
yeah.
what level is. That's level, is it?
Mhm.
Well, it might be straight on the.
Oh, my God.
It's not what we're asking.
level. Look.
You're on a curved surface.
We'll put a straight edge across there. Look, there you go. That proves it. Look, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
That
there's a
proves
straight line between there. It's left and right. There you go. That proves it. There you go.
So the Earth is represented
You can't
by
argue. You can't argue with that.
that 40 centimeters of whiteboard represents the scale of the Earth. Yeah.
No, but he drew the straight line between the left and the right, and he put his white marker on there to show that it's a straight line from left to right.
Well, it is a straight line from left to right. It's not level, but it's a straight
Yeah, well,
line.
that's what he drew. He drew a line from left to right.
No, that's level in your freaking lounge room wherever you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
talking about a
I
curved
don't
surface.
think Bruce
No, no.
understands that the water doesn't
This
care
is
what
reality.
the ground's doing beneath it.
We live in
It's not
reality, right here. This is the water level, and it is parallel with this one here.
No, at a local
What do you mean,
point.
no? Yes.
Draw a line. Draw a line parallel to the surface. Yeah, that curve you've drawn is the surface of the Earth, right?
No.
What is it? A hill?
Oh dear.
Well, if it, for someone who's not a flat earther,
I wish he didn't say something stupid every time I took a drink in my cuppa.
I had to take a break early on because I lost it completely.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to make another cuppa because I'll end up losing it. Okay. I still can't wrap my head around.
No.
What is it? A hill? Is that a hill?
Yeah, let's call it a hill.
Nothing to do. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What do you mean when you say curvature of the Earth? What do you mean?
Well, what did he draw in the first place? What was he drawing there in the first place with the curve? Did he actually label what he drew? We didn't hear anything about that, did we?
well, it's a silliness of obviously you're doing a comparison between a curved Earth surface and a flat Earth surface, and now he's, you know, basically, oh no, that's not a curved surface. It's sort of like, it's just ridiculous.
I don't think he actually mentioned what he drew on there.
I'm sure it does. I don't think it's just him being.
It's pretty
silly.
obvious what he was drawing, but
Yeah.
now he just wants to ignore the upper
Yeah.
part.
He doesn't want
Doesn't
to.
fit his story, so yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't want to show it as described. even if it-
Meant to represent the curve of the Earth, or is it a hill that has
When-
elevation?
Again, when you say curvature of the Earth, please define it.
No, I'd clarify what he
That
drew
black
on the
line,
top in the
Is
first
that meant
place.
to represent?
No, that
the
black-
What is it meant to? What was that meant to represent?
Circle. Do you not see me? I got this out.
Yeah, but is it meant
I
to
got this
represent
compass out
Earth?
and drew a part of a circle. We call
I
it an arc.
understand. Is it meant to represent the globe Earth?
It was just meant to represent something for you to understand that the water level won't rise up. But you
It
still
will if
wanted
that's
me
meant
to
to
draw a line that was up there, and you wanted me to call it level.
Now, don't let him.
Because that's what level is on the globe.
On which globe?
Oh,
The globe that we live on.
This
One we live on, you tit.
This one.
Yes.
You.
Don't
This
take
is
it
a
as-
model.
It's going to say it's a model.
A little tiny model. Do you think you live on this?
Bev, is
Yeah.
that black line meant to represent a globe or not? Yes or no? Very simple question.
It's a black line. It was part of a circle. I just explained that to you. Do you think you live on this black line?
The globe. Is it meant to represent the globe?
No,
No,
this.
then what is it?
This is the globe, right? A model. This
Right.
this black line here doesn't represent a model.
What does that black line represent?
A
In
black,
reality.
a black line, part of a circle. Did you see me do it?
Well, yeah. Then you've talked about a water level. That's not a water level. That's red drawing. Stop fucking around, Bev.
This is a water level here.
Yeah. In reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at your water level in reality. I would say that it's inaccurate between one side and the other by a minuscule amount.
Why?
Like a meter apart. Because there's curvature of the Earth.
Right. So which one's higher than the other?
No, they're each at their own level.
Each at their own level, or they're both at the same level?
Yeah, because the level is relative to where you are. As soon as you move, you have a different down.
Look, I'm moving right now, and
Yep.
this water level is unaffected by my movement.
Yeah, but if you go and stand on the left, that down direction, you'll be obviously slightly different to when you're standing on the right. They won't be parallel.
How do you confirm this, Ruhib? How did you confirm that?
So
Just
if
from
I'm
below.
stood here, that's down. But if I come over here, then that
Down
one
is
goes
relative.
down.
Down is relative.
Yeah, to where I am.
Relative to what, Ruhib? Come on. I mean, you're just
where you
using
are.
words, right? You're just saying.
You got to confirm it, and he says because you're on a globe.
Good. Yeah. Ruhib.
Show some examples. They assume the globe for everything.
Oh,
No, please.
We live on a ball.
Please, let's just carry on with this because I'm fascinated, Ruhib. If I stand here, then that is down.
No, where you're standing is down.
I'm down.
Where you're standing,
Yeah.
that down will be very slightly different to if you move a meter away.
I'm not bothered about down. This is the water level that is established in the horizontal, right? You say it isn't.
No, it's not.
So let's do it in relation to this water level here.
Right. And are we assuming that black line is meant to represent the curvature? Oh, what is it then?
See this?
This is not a difficult question.
Can you see this?
I want to slide things
Ooh, they're different.
See this?
They're all over the place, Bill.
On a hill. Tell him
No,
he's got
no,
a
no.
water level.
No, he's
1.5.
talking about the black line page. This
Yeah, I know, but
is
he
a
doesn't
water
realise
level.
The water level doesn't care what the ground does.
It
Like,
doesn't.
the earth is curving.
I just
If you're
want to
on
know
ground,
that
then it does the
Ruhif
same
knows
thing
what a
at
water level is.
I know what a water level is.
Right, so you know that this water level, right, establishes.
Ruth is only talking about a certain point and the distance away from that point. Like he's telling you that at that point you're level, right? So every distance away from that point.
I'm not talking about me.
360 fucking degrees, right?
I'm not talking about me. What are you talking about?
Ruhif is gonna say you're falling away from that point. That's what he's gonna say.
Well, you're telling Ruhif what Ruhif's going to say.
He's
Very
already
nice.
said it. He's already said it.
Now, if that black line is meant to represent the curvature of the Earth, then the water level in the middle, if you were to sight between the first and the last, will be higher.
Okay, so the water level from here to here will be level.
No, I said the middle point. So the middle point, middle part of the water level,
This one?
that will be higher. If you were to sight the line between the first and the last.
To here, this is level. This will fill up.
No, it's
Do we
not.
have to keep listening
No,
to this?
It's not.
That line between the first and the last is not level.
That's
Yeah.
not level.
Right.
So the water level, we're to get rid of these bits. That's not what would happen with that water level, is it not?
That's not level. Go to your auto level on the left, first one.
Oh, no, this is a water level.
I understand, and I'm telling
so
you
why
that
do you say to the auto level?
It's like talking to a child.
Because the
isn't it?
auto level is local at one point. So draw the level at the first station with the auto level.
I'll do that there.
No, on the curve one.
He's doing it on the flat Earth one.
You want me to draw an auto level here
Yes.
in the middle?
And where is level at that point? No. At your first station.
No, don't need to put a auto level where the water level is.
Yes, you do.
I'm telling you to put one there and draw what level is at that point.
I have. Here, look.
That's not it.
It is.
It's not
because
parallel
this
to
is
nothing.
level here.
It is.
It's a
Look.
level here.
Oh, Jesus. God.
Yeah, and that's not accurate.
Right, okay. So do you think we can get a water level to go up in this? Because this is an upwards direction here, isn't it?
No.
That's
Bill.
not up.
Level.
That's not
No.
up.
Not.
Oh.
Do you not understand the basic geometry of a globe?
You said the middle one would be
What
higher.
do you mean the
So how
basic
can it be
geometry
higher
of a
without
globe?
up?
If I said
What
that
is the
if
basic?
you
What is the
sighted-
basic geometry of a globe, please?
If you sighted between the
Ruhif.
first and the last,
Ruhif.
that is not
Ruhif.
level.
Geometry's sort of my strong subject, right?
Oh, no.
Says the guy that doesn't know what a tangent is. Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
That right there is the very epitome of Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, of course it is, Bev. Of course it is.
Oh, I can breathe again now. Oh.
That right there qualifies you for Dumb Fellow of the Year, Beth.
It does.
And fair
That said
dinkum
it all.
drongo as well.
Yes.
My
All of them.
11-year-old son started secondary school this year, and he started doing basic geometry, and he understood what a tangent is.
Yes, I would hope so.
Ask him what 3 times 8 is.
I think he could do that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, 28, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
please.
If you sighted between the
Ruhit.
first, that is not
Ruhit.
level.
Geometry is sort of my strong subject, right? So
Well, yeah,
tell me,
so you say.
what is the basic geometry of the globe?
Okay, you know what line I want you to draw. At the first station, you've got an auto level. Draw level
I don't
at that
know.
point.
I can only do
You
Euclidean geometry.
Don't all this bullshit.
Is that not the basic globe geometry that you want to use?
He doesn't bring in his certificate knowledge about any of this to do with auto levels or anything.
No, I'm
back
sure
then?
he'll show. I'm sure that'll show up eventually.
Because it's a wonder he's not bringing that into it now, or is he trying to hide that fact?
It's
Are you telling me you're so fucking retarded you cannot draw a line from the auto level that's level?
Through here.
This is look. I'll switch this on. Look.
My goodness.
Because he's full of shit, Paige.
There
full of shit.
There is a level.
No, he's right. Euclidean is the geometry you use.
Pardon, it's not on the globe.
And you're being an arsehole.
I'm living in reality right now, Ruhit. There is a water level there.
If he's living in reality, I want to know what he's smoking.
There,
yeah.
And I'm telling you that I've got an auto level, and an auto level also establishes a horizontal.
Do I need to draw this for you?
Yeah,
Do I
go on,
need to draw this
please.
for you?
Yeah,
All right. Give me a minute.
Bev knows exactly what.
And this
what
is
needs to
Jumping
be
in on
drawn.
you, Bev.
This is all. It's all right.
Let you do it yourself.
This is the level, right, Ruhif? You're explaining to us the globe geometry and how it works, right? Adhering to all of your globe geometry axioms, postulates, definitions.
Oh, I should have started on the computer. Hold on.
Didn't listen to a word you said.
I know.
No,
It's
you're
okay
right.
though, because this
That's
is
because Bev doesn't listen either.
quite good because it's getting people to learn geometry.
Yeah,
this.
I'm actually liking this. This is what I'm trying to figure out is how to verify this for myself instead of just taking people's
Right.
words.
Forget me.
Do you want me to give you? Who's that? Global.
What's that?
Was that global? It's trying to verify. I'll show you, right? And we.
Oh yeah. I was saying. I think this is good. This is
We're going to call this a Dornagon, right? Because imagine these as all separate water levels, and you can close them off, right?
Yeah, but then you get
You
different
can
levels.
close them off. I'm
and
not
they're
talking
in
to
a
you.
straight
I'm
line.
talking to global, right? So you can close them off. So this is 100. This is 100. 100. 100. So level from here to here looks like that, like that, like that, and like that. But what you can do is you can close this one off and have this level here. So we have that level that goes across there to there.
All right. Where do I
And then
post
we
this
can have
again?
this level here. So we have this one that goes from here to here, and that established that level. But then, hey, why not add this another one in?
Hang on, doorbell just went. Give me a minute.
Let's have an
This is,
orange one that
a
goes
bit
from
dull.
here
You want to forward
to
it on
over
to
here,
finally?
and then one that goes from here to over there, right? So all of these lines are going to be established as horizontals, individual horizontals. So can you see the way that all of these horizontals are? just this water level and these levels of these water levels in there by just shutting off each one and individuals. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, I got to think about that. I never thought about closing. I was thinking just one long distance and then checking it out from end to end. But yeah, I like the idea of just doing many distances and closing them off in sections in between.
Yeah. You can imagine how many with 16. How many that would look like. We call it a Dornagon.
Can you see my drawing in the chat, Bev?
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Which chat is it in? General?
General.
Yeah. General at the top there.
Wow.
That's what an auto level does.
Right. Can I just get you to one little thing? Horizontals are parallel with the horizon. Would you agree?
I think that's a shit definition.
Of horizontal.
Yes.
Okay. You know, when I said that the other day, I invited people to go and check for the definition of horizontal.
Again, you misunderstood me. I don't give a shit what people define words as. Definitions are meaningless.
We heard you say that. Yeah. And we all decided that was perhaps one of the fences. It's sort of akin to straight lines bend, but worse
That would actually be
in
mutually
some way.
exclusive.
Pardon?
Straight lines and bending would be mutually exclusive.
Are you sure about that?
What about if meanings don't mean anything, and your definitions don't care?
Words don't have meanings; they have usages.
So
We
what
can
if meanings don't mean
understand
anything? Straight have a meaning.
Yeah, and hopefully we agree on it, but we don't agree.
Right, does
if you're using the word
level
horizon
have
in
a
the
meaning?
definition,
Oh my God, they've literally got to throw out definitions of words. Tell us
Yeah,
that words don't mean anything.
Horizontal.
That's what this has gotten.
I can make up a word.
You are
We can
insane, mate.
No,
Absolutely insane. I'm sorry,
That's coming from
you just
Paige.
are. This is ludicrous.
We can make up a word and we can agree on how to use it, but words themselves are literally just little sounds.
Yeah,
in our
we've
mouth.
already done that. They're called dictionaries.
So
Brilliant.
what
The
dictionary
human race has
is-
already done that. Stop,
What's your
stop
definition of
fucking-
horizontal,
We've
Ruhe?
already done it.
Dictionary is not an authoritative
Ruhe.
source. It's just
Ruhe.
people writing down what
What
they think
is
they
your definition of horizontal,
Through here.
please?
My goodness.
Saying a bit.
What's your definition of horizontal, then, please?
It's not going to get to the image that really
perpendicular to down.
posted by the look of it.
Perpendicular to down. And what would that be? Would that down be vertical?
Yeah, where gravity points up and down.
So is a vertical not at 90 degrees to the horizon?
No, because the horizon's not at eye level.
So if it's not at 90 degrees, what angle is?
I got to head on,
it
guys.
at,
See you later.
please?
Have a good one.
All right,
It's
mate.
like elevation.
What, the angle that a vertical is to the horizon?
Yeah, it depends what your elevation is.
Okay, and can you give us like a plus and a minus from where it varies from and to? Angularly, please.
Oh, if you're at the sea level,
we're
it'll
gonna
be pretty
listen
close
to
to
this.
0 or 90 degrees, whichever way you look at it. If you're up in a plane, it's like 3.5 degrees or something.
What, the vertical angle?
Yeah, the angle that the horizon dips down from horizontal.
No. Because you said it's not parallel to, because that's what the initial question was. Is horizontals or are all horizontals parallel to the horizon?
No, because the horizon curves.
Right, okay. So that is why it is not parallel to the horizon. You know, if all of the dictionary definitions
Terry,
tend
are
to
we gonna
say
listen to this
that
longer?
horizontals are parallel to
I've
the
heard
horizon.
this 200 times. It's not it's not new.
Yeah, I think we're getting the gist of
It's
it.
just as wrong on the first time as it is on the 200th time.
Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty good evidence for Bev being called Ferdinand Drongo of the year.
Exactly. Well, Red's picked him up straight away for it for the other one, for the DF one.
Do you want to do a quiz?
He joins the likes of Kiwi and Oakley with thinking that elevation change and drop are the same thing.
Yes. Definitely not.
He keeps on saying that horizontal is parallel to the horizon. Seeing as the horizon is a curved line, I mean, it must be curved because it goes around behind you, right? So he's essentially saying that horizontal is a curved line. Thanks, Bev.
Terry, you want to do a quiz?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Good.
He doesn't sound very enthusiastic.
He doesn't, no. You can do something else if you want.
My brain's a bit scrambled at the moment. I thought I'd find something else to. It might refresh my brain, maybe the quiz. Like, just don't ask me what 3 times 8 is, because I'll get that question wrong.
That's cool. That's 28, right?
Yeah. Huh? Wait a minute. Who'd we lose? Oh, did we lose somebody?
Well, Matt left during the stream.
Might have been TT guy. He was in.
TT guy came in, but he didn't say anything.
No.
No.
He was no.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Is Terry still there?
Terry? Hello, Terry.
We've lost the stream.
Okay.
Did Terry's CPU go above 100 again?
Probably.
I guess so, yeah. Oh, have to last me Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, no, I just found that a bit. It's the same crap, we just over and over and over. It's just
boring.
Boring.
Bloody annoying. Listen to that Pratt's bloody voice.
So the first bit of it was alright. First 10 minutes, but it's just going over and over.
Well,
and
like
over.
Paul said, just watch the first 10 minutes and then.
Yeah. The first 10 minutes was hilarious. You have to admit that.
Yeah.
It was.
We didn't need to watch it for 45 minutes.
But then he just became the belligerent arsehole that he always is. You know, pretends that he doesn't know what you're talking about. When he damn well does. He does know what you're talking about. He just doesn't want to do it.
The whole act is quite deliberate. He knows what you're on about.
Of course.
Like when I talk to him about space, and you say, "Oh, yeah, but Bev, you say space is fake." Oh no, it's not. It's not fake. There's distance between things. Yeah, you know full well what meaning of the word space I'm talking about, but you're being a cunt about it, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's on his channel, he wants to control exactly what goes up. So he's just been belligerent. Wonders why people don't really want to debate him.
He's made a comment on his channel. He thinks that blue marble science just made up reciprocal zenith angles, diverging zeniths. He made it up to expose the flaws in the ball model. That's what Bev thinks.
There was a silly meme on his channel someone had put up was, contraptions don't show horizontal. Yeah, and then, the contraptions showed diverging verticals. And it's sort of like, yeah, both of them were what says on the model. You're trying to argue that one contraption only shows, you haven't proved that a water level establishes a horizontal, which we know it doesn't. You're trying to argue that that's what the purpose of water level is. It says, nope. So, one elevation's the same at the other end. I wouldn't mind if he actually did his tests, but he never. How can you be this far into it and still haven't done your tests? Prove it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I find really frustrating. It's just because he'll do exactly what he says, and everyone says, "But that doesn't establish anything." And then, but if he did exactly one of the things he said in the first 7 minutes was, "Oh well, if I moved the second part of the water level, a meter, and then marked that, and then moved it another meter, and then marked that, and then moved another meter and marked that, you actually would get a curve."
Here he is.
Here he is, yeah. I think they may have gone over my... Let's see if anyone's gone over my channel. Yeah, I've got a few over here.
Well, I'm back.
You're back.
Yep.
How hot's your CPU, Terry?
It was up to 80, 85, the max that time.
Yeah, well, see, that's too hot.
85, 90, 91.
Yeah.
Something's not right there, Terry, because that's not right.
It's way too hot.
It shouldn't be that hot. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's causing your blue screen of deaths.
Computer's just getting a little bit too hot.
Yeah. If I were you, what I would do is go to your local electronics store and get a little tube of heatsink compound. Take your fan off. Is it the one where you've just got the four corners, you twist them and take your fan off?
Yeah, and it takes off the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole fan assembly. Take it off and just use a tissue and wipe your heatsink compound and just apply some new heatsink compound and put it back. Make sure that it's pressed down firmly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow the instructions to the letter.
That's what I did
watch
start
the YouTube.
with.
I did watch YouTube videos about it, but I'll watch a few just to refresh my memory.
Yeah, you only need a little bit. I mean, I changed both the processors in mine, and I've still got best part of. I mean, they're only little tubes, but I've got best part of the tube left because it is once you clean it up. They say, I mean, maybe not even a pea-sized dollop right in the middle, and when you put the heatsink back on and screw it down.
What size are you measuring it with? The little dot of it.
All the videos I watched, they all seem to agree on the same thing as about a blob about the size of a pea, right in the middle. And then when you screw your heatsink down on top, it just spreads it out nice and evenly, and it works a treat.
So some of the pastes have a little syringe, and they'll tell you to push out, 3 mil or 5 mil or whatever.
It really is a small amount. You just want to end up with just a very thin smear between the two, and it flattens out as you screw down those four corners. That flattens out. You get a nice thin coating between the two, and that's all it's for, just to help transfer of heat.
Is it meant to go all the way to the edge? Because the ones I watched, the blokes, they did it. It didn't always go to the edge.
Not necessarily.
No, I don't think that doesn't really matter. If you put a dollop right in the middle, and then as you screw those four corners down, That will spread out pretty much all of the way between the two surfaces, and that's what you want. You just want a good contact between the two surfaces.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way to the edge, because it's still going to transfer the heat into your heatsink. So.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So you're putting up another stream, or
Well, I've got everything here.
You know, it's okay.
All I've got to do is tell it to.
The people on my stream are just waiting. I think there's only 4 there at the moment.
Yeah. I think they're getting quite used to how this is working.
No, we're not talking
at the moment,
about
anyway.
Adult toys, Evelyn.
I'll get rid of that. I should be able to just what the word is.
I've got lots of adult toys. I've got paintball markers. I've got a motorbike. They're adult toys.
Is that the sort of adult toys you're talking about, Zebulon? Is it? Do you have others that we don't know about?
Was he talking about things that are designed to be, how do we put this, inserted? Maybe.
I don't know, he hasn't said, so... I think he can hear me. Can you hear me, Zebulon? Or anybody in my channel? It's only 4 of you there.
Or in the case of Sleeping Warrior, that are purple.
It's obligatory now.
I don't know
why
why
we're playing online games in Pip Show. Quite often the answer is a purple dildo. And everybody knows exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fun ones. Yeah, my motorbike, when it works, can be quite fun. Yeah. Yeah. Paintball can be quite fun.
Isn't that a definition of a toy? Is that it's fun? So you know what the unfun toys?
We should have. Yeah, we should have everything back. One more item.
Once more into the breach, dear friends.
Once more.
Want that. Want that. I didn't have to go all the way over into Fair Suck to go into the special place. All I had to do is go to join meeting and click on the last code that comes up on my to join, and I just clicked that. Saves copy and pasting the link and everything. Or clicking on the link anyway.
We haven't got as many today. The other day we had quite a few, but anyway.
Oh, everyone's on holidays.
Yeah.
We should get a notification in Discord by now.
Okay, let's have a look.
Should be.
I've got a notification on YouTube.
What's Toon showing? Is he still live? He's not live?
Oh yes, I saw you on there earlier on as I was having breakfast.
Oh, you saw me on?
Yes.
Alright. He still didn't show me that he actually had legs. He did make some claims, so...
I think it's a fairly safe assumption to make that MC Toon does indeed have legs.
I haven't seen them, so therefore they don't exist. They don't exist. This is...
I'm in possession of a lot of things that you've never seen.
That's good. I don't want to see those.
No, but I do have them, and I have legs, and I have feet.
I just thought he might have ventured to show his legs at the time, but no.
Why do you want to do that?
I haven't got another one yet.
We should have.
I have. I'm in it.
I've got an upcoming one.
Are you in it already?
Yep.
It hasn't come up in show you shit
Just
yet,
says
so I'm
notify
going to
me.
go the long way. I'll go the long way.
It's got. Is that yours is saying about 24 minutes to start? Is that the right one? Looks like it. Oh, you're there.
No, 1 minute.
It
1
says
minute
you're
and 19 seconds. Yeah, I'm here already.
How do you find it through YouTube?
You go to your channel.
You go to your subscriptions, and it came up. with the one you've just had, and right next to it was the one that was coming up in just over a minute's time.
Whenever you do anything
I'll
on
go
your
to
channel,
my channel. I'll try going to my channel then, like you
go
did.
to your channel.
Oh yeah, upcoming. That's the one.
Yeah.
That should be it then. Waiting for me. Start streaming. I've got a Timbo turtle and a farmer.
Yeah, Bev broke our internet. Yeah.
How many did we have on the last one before we?
I think you had about 10 or so. I've had about... Currently got 3 over on my channel. There was 4 at one stage who jumped in there. Judy usually jumps in. I don't think I saw her there. Judy's there. Zebulon's there. John Rapp was in earlier. I don't know if he's on. He's not on at the moment. Dart is there. Dart, if you head back over to Terry's channel, if that's where you were, Terry will probably even give you a spanner.
Paul, I play an online video game that goes through a server, and the temperature got up to nearly 100, and the computer never crashes when I'm playing that.
Okay.
And I can play that for about 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Still not good.
And that's been recently.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean...
I'm just wondering if the resources of what we're doing with Zoom and everything might... I don't know.
I'm just saying, Terry, it's not good to be running at temp.
No.
Yeah.
And, yes,
No, I've been trying to work out the symptom, comparing the symptom to when it does it on here, what temperatures when I'm doing that, or I'm doing this.
But I was going to tell you, if you're running a single game, you're probably running one thread and one processing core. So, when you're doing the Zoom and the stream, you're probably using quite a few others. So, it's sort of a case of because you've got more things going, you're more likely to have that temperature cause you a problem.
Okay.
But you shouldn't be running, even with the single thing, you shouldn't be running
75 at the moment.
If you're going to run at 100,
77.
it will work at 100, but eventually you're overclocking your CPU, and eventually something's going to have to give. So
yeah.
And what I'm worried about, if you keep going at that, it will be your CPU.
Okay. Well, tomorrow definitely I'll go to, there's a couple of computer shops, or the one out at Woonona. I'll duck out there. I'll say, could I get some heatsink paste for the CPU?
For the very little cost it costs for a bit of paste to try out, and it's definitely worth it.
What do you reckon it'll cost?
I don't know, $5, $10. I haven't bought the paste for a long time.
You remember what it cost you, Farmer?
No, I can't. It's only a few quid. It's not expensive.
Yeah, and it depends what brand you get and what quality you get, Terry.
Okay.
The best stuff is diamond-based heatsink compound.
Yeah, I mean you can get it from.
That'd be in the instructions or what are contents on the packaging.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll pretty much advertise it if it is that, because that's pretty good.
Yeah. Almost all of it is.
Diamond is it has a higher thermal conductivity.
Yeah. So your standard paste is usually around $5 to $10. You might get some silicon-based stuff at about 16. I'm just trying to see if we've got any diamond-based stuff here. But you can get it from JCar. It's not hard to get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just paste.
JCar. Yeah, I've got a JCar in Fremantle here.
Yeah,
you'll get it there.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have to go to a computer shop.
No, you don't have to. Any electronics store, JCar will definitely have it.
Just called either heatsink compound or thermal paste or whatever. They'll know what you mean. Just say it's for putting your CPU in. And usually
I just had to rummage in the drawer that's got all my electrical bits and bobs and leads and things, and I've still got half a syringe of HY80 thermal paste.
Well, if you just email that to me, I'll use it now.
Yeah. Once you're in Japaste, it'll do you like 10 goes at least, you know, or probably more than that.
Mm. Well, I hardly ever use it, so.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be my first experiment for now. And if that doesn't work, well, I've still got plan B.
Yeah.
I know, going to all the trouble, on whatever you call it, to buy build a brand new computer and not knowing what really went wrong with this one, or what is going wrong with this one.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter if you buy a new computer. There's a thing in IT which it's sort of like only worry about the things you need to worry about. So if you've resolved a problem, you don't necessarily need to know what the problem's cause was. So if you find a hard drive playing up and you replace the hard drive, you don't really need to know what was playing up with the hard drive anymore because you've replaced it.
No.
So that's the same. If you build a new computer, you need to worry about the new computer, not about your old computer.
Well, I went to the computer shop and they put a new SSD in it.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell me if that's what the actual problem was.
Well, that's why you got to be careful at computer shops. But I don't know what you asked them or told them, and what they told you when they. Because my advice for the computer shop is to say, "Can you have a look at it and then let me know before you do anything? I'll pay for the service, but I want to know before you put any hardware."
Well, it wasn't a brand new SSD to start with, so I thought, well, I didn't pay for it, and I wouldn't have minded a new SSD anyway, a bigger one.
Can I ask, did you go to the computer shop and say, "Can you put a new SSD in?" Or did you go to the computer shop?
No, not the initial complaint. The initial complaint was the computer's shutting down all the time.
Yeah, just checking. Because they're a bit lazy and will do exactly what... Go on, Paul.
That's like taking your car to the mechanics, Terry, and getting a new 710 put on it, and the mechanics charge you $50 for it.
Wow, that's a lot for a new 710.
Yeah, I know.
You ever had a 710 done on your car, Timbo?
No.
Okay.
I have a Prius.
You don't work on your own car?
Yeah, I do some, but I don't have too much because it's a Prius.
It's a bloody expensive.
So none of your cars have had a 710 problem?
No. When I was,
I always have a problem with mine. I always have a problem with mine if it's too tight and I can't open it to put the oil in when I do an oil change.
Wait, you mean that sort of 710?
Timbo.
Yeah. So am I correct in saying I've never had a 710 problem?
Well, I have. Sometimes it was too tight and I couldn't open it to pour me oil in it after I got it off.
It's bad when you lose your 710 because your bonnet gets
all that'd be worse.
It doesn't, as I said, I've got a Prius. It doesn't say 710. It's got a picture.
Ah. It's got a genie lamp on it, has it?
Yeah. Well, something like that.
How many people don't know?
You don't rub it, do you?
No.
How many people don't know why their car dashboard has a little drawing of a petrol pump on it?
Yeah, what is that? What's that for?
And why it's got a little triangle next to it?
Yeah, or what the little triangle means.
Indicating.
What the little triangle means.
Or which side the actual spout's on the side of it? Which one? If it's on the left side or the right side?
Yeah.
You pull up to the bows and people are reaching there, pulling the nozzle over to the wrong side of the car.
Now, I used to be able to do that with the previous Mondeos. It didn't really matter which side. The lines over here are usually long enough that it'll reach across the car and fill in the other side. This one, the filler pipe's a different design. It doesn't actually have a cap. And you have to put the nozzle of the pump in, and it has to go in and sit down at a particular angle. So you have to pull up to the right side of the pump, because if you bring the whole thing across and just that'll get in the top. No. diesel will piss out all over the place because I did it once. You have to have that nozzle has to sit in and then just let it hang down, and you can't let it hang down if the whole pipe's coming from over the other side of the car. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Quite annoying that. Quite annoying. You pull up and you think, oh shit! All of the ones that you fill up on the other side, they're all free, but no, 99% of the cars over here, the fillers on the driver's side, on the right hand side. So everybody's queuing up to go into those pumps, and I have to now. I don't have any choice. I can't go. Oh fuck it, I'll be fine on the other side. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. You can't get
Well,
close
we'll go
enough.
live for now, and then we'll see if anyone turns up.
You can't get close enough at all.
No, because it's quite a wide. It's a wide car. It's a Mondeo estate, so it's quite wide. Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a time, if you went back, I don't know, 20, 30 years, all of the feed lines were actually on a reel. You could pull them out, and you could damn near walk across half the forecourt, and it would retract again. But they've got rid of all of them.
That's what I find is almost all of them will do. I can park either side without any problem to get the.
No,
get it in.
They've reduced the length of the lines. The lines used to be on a self-retracting reel. So if you was on the wrong side, you could just keep pulling it out, and no, they've all gone over here. They're gone now.
We still have those. Well, at least in ACT. I don't know what it's like in New South Wales, but the ACT one. It's actually one of the things. And I was doing a design on a service station. Yeah, I've done a couple, but a recent one was it was only a couple of years, about 3 years ago, and the guys had changed the design so that rather than having two pumps, they only have one pump at each bay. Because you know how you usually have two pumps and one car goes in front. So they found it's easier to have one pump, and then you don't have that situation where someone's waiting behind somebody else or whatever. And they said the other design is they always make sure that you can pull up at any pump either side and fill up your vehicle. They said that's the...
Yeah, we don't. Well, there are so many handy design features that have now gone from our petrol forecourts. The other one, diesel tank on my car is quite a size. It'll take 70 litres. And if you're getting low, it takes you quite a while to fill it up. Now, you used to have a little catch on the handle so that when you pulled the handle and it was, going flat out, there was a little metal catch that you could
high flow, yeah.
So it would hold, and then you just let go. No, they've all gone. They took them out years ago.
They took that out as a safety feature a while ago, yeah. Because if you can lock it in, what was happening, people would drop the hose or whatever, and then the fuel is just pumping out. So, they did take those off.
Yeah.
Cause,
really annoying that they did that, because that was quite handy.
But that's why they took it off, is because... Yes, if someone dropped the pump outside of the thing, then they just pumped fuel everywhere. So it's not very good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have also changed that, because apparently a lot of people drive off with the hose still attached to their car. So they also haven't...
And I don't know how you managed to do that. That just amazes me.
So apparently there's an auto shut-off thing now that, if for whatever reason the pressure changes or whatever, it will also stop the pump as well. So... That's why you get those. You ever had that where you put the pump in, and if you're not holding it quite right, it just keeps cutting out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why, because it's designed, it's pressure thing. And unfortunately, when the vapors are coming back out, it can actually stuff it up a bit. Oop, Blue.
Yeah, my old Holden wagon had that problem.
Yeah.
Blue had to go?
Yeah, Blue had to go. Yeah, it's something you've got to do. So.
You know how you tell you about the 710 problem? It used to be a computer problem where people would have problem with the DH computers. If you turn a HP upside down, it's DH.
Oh, as in not a capital, right? Not a capital D. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
So
would you want to turn an HP computer upside down?
No, well, that's what they'd say. They look at the logo because they're looking at it. It's like, particularly laptops, and they'd have their laptop around the wrong way.
Right. Yeah.
Don't know about DH computer. Yes, a few of those.
How do you not know what make of computer that you've been using all this time? I mean, I know my laptop downstairs is an HP. This workstation's an HP. That bloody works thing is a Dell.
I've worked I've done a lot of IT stuff, and that's not I have no qualms with that idea that people won't know what brand computer they are. I mean, I've had people who don't know about how to turn their computer on and off.
Yeah.
The one
Has mine got a brand if I know what the motherboard and the processor is, or do I go by something else? There's no name written on it, what brand it is.
Well, there's a brand of motherboard, but that's if you go into an IT support, you tell them.
It's a gigabyte motherboard.
Yeah, but if it's just a no-name computer, that's how I would describe it. Yeah. There's a lot of no names out there, but if you're actually buying a brand, then
well, that's how I got it built.
But
pick the tower, pick the motherboard, pick the processor. Well, the processor came with it.
Yeah.
What they put with it.
But I always find the fun one is the people with a laptop who, they turn it on and it stops working after a day or about 12 hours, and they keep complaining about they bought this brand new laptop and it won't stop working, and the person plugs in the power and it starts up, and they say, "What'd you put the power in? It's wireless."
I'm going to change me.
Yeah. There's a number of people that think that wireless means you don't have to charge it.
Well, yeah, I suppose it would be wireless for quite some time, and then
it stops working. Yeah. And then they take it back and say the computer doesn't work anymore.
His car's faulty.
Now,
you filled it up with petrol.
Now, why's my sound mucking up again? I didn't touch anything this time.
How's it mucking up?
Yeah, it's coming through 2 feeds again on its own.
Well, you probably didn't save the settings.
Well, I didn't save something.
Well, if you had a crash, you may not have saved the settings from last time.
That might have been. I don't think it's OBS.
Well, what was it last time?
That's what I'm looking. I took a screenshot of the OBS.
Yeah, have a look at that.
Have a look at that.
I don't think I'll run a... How many people we got? Don't think we've got many. I've got a few now. 9 people.
Yeah, they're trickling in.
Trickling in. Do you want me to do the quiz, or do we want to leave it for next time?
See how many we get in the next few minutes.
Okay.
I'd be half tempted to leave it for next time, to be honest.
There's only 3 of us in here.
Input,
so.
output.
Yeah.
4 of us. Sorry.
No, it's definitely not OBS.
Well, 3, because obviously I won't be answering the questions.
Like I said, that's why I think you're probably better off leaving it for next time.
Yeah. I'm going to change my battery.
It is a little bit themed. That's okay. It'll still last.
Yeah. It'll stay fresh for next week.
At least you're not alone, Zebulon. No, you're not alone. Judy Bassett, are you still there or are you over there? Let me see.
No, she's here.
Yeah.
She could be over there, but she's here as well.
Yeah, she can't be in 2 places at once. A very clever woman.
Oh, yeah.
Got notification for the stream. Actually, no, it's the second notification for the stream.
Yeah, which notification did they get?
Well, he got onto here, so it's got to be the notification for this one. Otherwise, he'd be trying to get into the other one.
Yeah, pick a stream. You won't find anything on the other one. Well, he told me to change B2 in the banana, so I'll turn that one off and I'll check to see if it's actually...
You know what I didn't do on Toon's stream that I was going to do? I was going to bring up...
okay, I'll turn...
Bring up my puppet of FT... Fight the Flat
Yeah,
Earth.
can I just check? I'm just checking. Yeah, okay, that did it.
If I get it next time, I'll do that.
Remember having that before.
Oh, you're only there now. Okay. At least I did find out what colour Sandman van Professor Bell had. Important things.
Yeah, what colour was it, he said?
Yellow. He had a yellow one.
Yeah.
I also established he had a mattress in the back with the footprints on the ceiling.
What the hell is a Sandman van?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
You know what my car is? The wagon. Do you know my car, the wagon?
Yeah.
It came in a panel van.
This is obviously an Australian thing then.
Yeah.
Well, what do you call a panel van like that with the 2 front doors and a big area in the back for cargo?
We don't really have anything like that.
You got miniature versions of that.
Yeah, but we don't.
So
look at all those images. We don't have anything that's got things like that over here.
So in the 70s, that was the cool.
I can see how that belongs to the 70s. Yes.
But the panel van, like the same configuration of the style of car, was around since the FJ. Because the FJ came out in the panel van.
Yeah, it's not quite the same as the Sandman though.
I know, but it's still a panel van.
Yeah, the Sandman was a classic. It's
And then you had the Chrysler version, which was called
rubbish. That's what it's called. It was called a.
Yeah, the Chrysler had a version.
It was.
Yeah, but it had a name for theirs, but it wasn't Sandman. It was something.
If it wasn't Sandman, it wasn't anything.
Yeah, I know, but they tried to copy.
Oh, of course, Mad Max had one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just seen a link to it. And I thought, of course he did. He had that red thing. Yeah, that's right. I'm with you.
Stewie said transit.
Not a transit.
Not a transit van. That's something totally different and eminently more suitable and sensible.
I think I'm going to have to show the kids out there what it.
But you couldn't have the mattress in the back in quite the same. You had to have the carpet too. People often customise the inside, and the outside. Customise the inside with the plush carpet and on the ceiling and everything.
Yeah.
A mirror ball or something or other.
Shag and wagon.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. If it was rocking.
If the vans are rocking, don't come knocking. Yeah. Oh dear.
Yes, I never had one.
See that out there, can they?
Mind you, I was not old enough at that point, so 10.
Most of us just make do with whatever car we had,
My brother had. You won't know what it is. My brother had a Tirana, and these Tiranas were the hot thing at the time. He actually had. I don't know if you've ever heard. We have a race over here. It used to be called the Hardy Friday 1000. Big race over at Bathurst. And the first one, Hardy Friday 1000, was because they were only allowed to have. They had to have it, I think, and the name changed for different reasons. But back in the 70s, the rules were it had to be a production car, and for it to be a production car, they had to have at least 1,000 models.
Right.
Of that car, so you can't just produce one car and then say, oh yeah, this is the product. So you actually had to sell it. So he actually had one of these 1,000 limited edition Tiranas. Yeah, so that's a perfect Sandman with the stripes on the side. That's the classic, and that Sandman on the back. So you knew you had a proper Sandman.
Yeah.
That one's not fitted out on the inside though.
Yeah, there's different variations of it. Oh, that one's not. That's all. Gotta have the word Sandman written on it. Yeah, like that one. With the stripes up the side and those sort of wheels. I think that one's got the right wheels.
Terry, you would pull up just try and check what model my brother had. I think he had one of these.
Haychex was the Sandman.
Yeah, no, this is Tirana.
Oh, what Tirana was it? LJ or
I'm just trying to work
LC?
Just trying to work out.
GTR, was it a GTR?
I think it was an LX.
That was it was an SLR 5000 or an A9X?
5000, I think. A9X, yeah.
A9X, yeah.
His was purple. It was quite a pretty car. He was very proud of it. He was a mechanic, so.
Yeah, I've seen a Chevy Nomad Zevlon. You're talking about the 57 Chevy era? The Nomad, the two-door one? That was more of a wagon than it wasn't a panel van.
Pull up the Tirana to show.
Pull up
farmers.
the Tirana.
Yeah.
Well, I could just go and take the camera out and show you the one I've got outside.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Do you have an SLX? SLR?
It could be.
Yeah, but it's not at the moment, though, is it? A bit different. A fully completed one than a potentially complete.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be original. It'd be a mock-up.
Yeah. Anyway. A creeper van would be good to explain. Yeah.
See if we can find one.
I don't
No,
think
Stewie, not that sort of Sandman. Not Enter Sandman by Metallica.
No.
Do you want an SLR 5000 or do you want the A9X? Because I can
see what you
find
put
an
up
A9X.
They look similar enough. I don't think for someone who's never seen one's going to know the difference.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to know the difference.
Ever seen a Chevy Nomad? No. My first car, I actually bought as a brand new car. It's the only brand new car I've ever bought. Suzuki Swift. Oh, Verena, sorry. They were effectively, they're called Verenas, but they really were Suzuki Swifts. They're Holden Verenas, but Suzuki Swifts underneath. They had an import deal, and they could bring them in cheap.
Okay. All right.
That's a pretty good car. I don't mind Suzuki engines. They're pretty reliable.
Yeah, but a couple
two-door
of
or four-door?
me time. They two-wheel.
A two-door or four-door?
Well, the Suzuki I had was a four-door.
No, the Tirana.
Oh, the Tirana, two-door. You know, it was really annoying when my brother would take. He hated taking us for drives because we were obviously the younger brothers. But he had a 4-point harness, which ran through the back over the top. So we had to sit with our head in between the two harness straps for his harness.
Yeah.
Well, you got the Bassett version there.
Can't see it. Can't see it, Terry.
Do you want me to share?
Yeah.
Need to look in YouTube.
I'm looking in YouTube.
Let's see.
Yeah, you're looking.
Oh, here we go.
YouTube. There. Just check me. I'll just check me. You know what to see how we go. Make sure it's not doing what it's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, so that 78 series was what they had. They were pretty good.
And my temperatures are around 79. Moment.
Well, that's okay. That's.
Yeah, you don't want it too much more, but yeah, you can live with that.
You don't. No. I mean, out of my 8 cores, the hottest I've got at the moment is 76. That must be the core that's taking care of the live feed from Zoom by the looks of it.
You're not going to see one here. It looks like mine because
No.
I haven't got all the add-ons, and mine's not a two-door.
No. The two-doors are pretty classy looking.
But they did come out in my mint julep green.
I don't think we had an equivalent of that over here. Not looking at it.
No, probably not.
Mm.
Holden is pretty much, you know, at the time.
That's not green,
Australian.
is it? That colour?
That's green.
That's green, but it's
That's
the
green, is it?
that's the variated green. That's not what they sold. I don't think they came out in that colour.
Mine's mint julep. I'm sure they must have. Somebody must have bought a green one.
No, I think you might have been the only one, Terry.
No, not in a Tirana though. In a A9X. I don't know. My mum picked the green colour, so that blame her. Out of all the colours she could have picked. I mean, to keep it original. Yeah. My mum didn't even want me to paint it green again when I resprayed it. Why? It's the original colour.
Turquoise. Should sprayed it turquoise.
Every time I do that, I lose
Pearlescence.
that scene.
There don't see many pearlescence anymore. That sort of metallic pearlescent car.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've seen one or two recently, but then we tend to get, the rarer or the odder ones around here. Even where we are. But it is quite an expensive paint.
Well, are we watching Dan or are we not
What are you
watching
up to?
Dan?
We were thinking of it.
Go for it. Let's watch Dan. I haven't watched Dan. Let's watch Dan.
Yeah, come on.
Let's watch Dan.
God, it picks up the green again. It's mucking up on me. Green one again.
I keep clicking on the play, but it's not working.
No, well, it wouldn't.
I've lost the.
What have you lost?
I've lost the scene to ABS. I'll get it back in a sec. I've just got to get. Back here. I'll just have to put Simon on for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's not working. Put him over there.
Oop. What am I looking at?
I've lost me settings again.
Have you ever had moments where you feel
Oh, that's
like
probably why.
ever had moments where you feel like a complete fucking idiot?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like when you get a new computer, right, and you unpack the keyboard and the mouse, and the keyboard works, but the mouse doesn't, and you just put it down to, well, it's a cheap mouse, probably doesn't work anyway.
Could
right?
be that you didn't put the
And so
batteries
you
in.
forget, and so you forget about it, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally investigate it, like right now.
Yeah.
And you pull the battery out, you look at the battery, and you realise that you haven't taken the plastic wrapping off the battery before you put it in.
Oh,
yeah. It's really silly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Well, that's
in
a
my
good way to
defence,
save. That's
in
a
my
good way to
defence, the
save battery.
Yeah, the plastic wrapping on the battery was so tightly wrapped around it that you didn't even
Didn't see
hardly
it.
realise that there was plastic wrapping on it anyway.
So wouldn't you have looked in it to go first? You go, oh yeah, this battery's in it. Away you go.
Yeah, I mean, I put the battery in and out a few times, thinking that it wasn't making contact.
Yeah. Yeah, I put the batteries in the right way. Yeah, they're the right batteries. Yeah. Okay. What else could be wrong? There's something wrong here.
What a lot of them do now is they just have that little slip of plastic
just
between the end of the battery and the contact inside, and that's sticking out of the case, and it's just like, just give it a tug and it'll work.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to take it apart. You just got to yank a bit of plastic out.
They're
and then they don't last very long anyway because they were cheap shitty batteries that came with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course they are.
I had a similar story. We bought it from an online auction. I think it was I can't remember what it was. Lexus engine. I can't remember exactly what it was. Toyota, and on the auction, when you buy from online auctions, you don't get to. You can start the engines. You don't actually get to drive them. So yeah, the guy started the engine. We could hear it, whatever, right? So we got a good price for it at the auction, and the guy says, "Okay, there's the keys. Go and drive it out." And I got in the car and put the keys in the ignition. Right, that's fine. Turn it, put foot on the brake. No, won't start. Went through. Well, what am I doing? What am I missing? Went through everything. Sat there for a good, I don't know, half an hour. Had to go back out and get the guy. Said, "Oh, look, I can't work out how to start it. I'm not doing right." He says, "Oh, did you take the foot brake off?" Foot brake? Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have a handbrake. It's got a foot brake. That was it.
Right.
It had a foot brake instead of handbrake. You just push the foot brake, start, fine, turned over, no problem. Off we go. So almost all Toyotas over here have a foot brake apparently. So.
I've never had a Toyota, but I remember when they first brought out the Mark III Mondeo, which I've had too, and company I was at, one of the electrical engineers, he'd gone to RF Mildenhall and they wouldn't let him on the base because he couldn't open the bonnet. So he came back and he said, "Come on then, Rod, you know a bit about cars. How'd you open the bonnet?" I had a look round and I said, "I can't tell you, I haven't a clue." The oval badge on the front grille swivels.
You push it.
Behind that is a lock that you put your key in. Well, yeah, I mean, you think, okay, car bonnet release. So you look inside the driver footwell, you look under the steering wheel, all that sort of thing. Okay, like my Mark IV now, it's over in the passenger footwell because they don't swap it around depending on which market they're selling it in. That's just where it is. So I know it's over on the passenger footwell. And we'd looked at all that, and we'd gone all over the entire car, and by then he'd phoned up the Ford dealer and found out, and I said, "No, I can't figure out how to open this bonnet." And he said, "No, the security just turned me away at the American Air Base because you have to be able to open all the doors, the bonnet and the boot so they can inspect it." And he didn't know how to open the bonnet. You go around the front of the car, you press under the right-hand side of the Ford oval badge, and it swivels to the left, and there's a bloody lock to put your key in. Clunk, releases the bonnet. It's like... I would never have guessed that in a million years. I mean,
No.
you know, obviously then I knew when I got a Mondeo myself, I knew how to open the bonnet, you know. But it's just like, if you don't know, you'd never have thought to check that.
No.
Not in a million years. I mean, now if I couldn't find a bonnet release, I'd go, "Well, has it got a badge on the front? Does it swivel?" You know.
I hired a car once for to go over. I was in Sydney or other, and first time I got to a brand new electric car. It was cool. I said, "Oh, look at that!" Right, got it in, turned the engine on, and said, "Oh, what am I doing wrong?" Okay, I've put the ignition in, and things come on. It's not working. There's something wrong. And then it took me about 2-3 minutes to say, "It's an electric car. I can't hear the motor." You know how you get used to first time being an electric car, you turn the ignition on and hear the motor start so that you knew it was on. So I put my foot down the accelerator and the car moved. It was like, right, okay, new experience. Electric cars are dead silent.
No, it's like this Mondeo being a Mark IV. It's another diesel. It doesn't have a glow plug light. Because I say I've been driving diesels for years. You get in, the first thing you do is turn the ignition on, so you let the glow plugs do their thing whilst you sort out your seatbelt and everything else. It hasn't got a glow plug light. I can just get in my car and turn the key and it'll start. But the last one, the old Mark III Mondeo, that was the same. That had glow plugs, but you didn't need them. You just got in and turned the key and it would start. Sweet as a nut every time.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't seem to have a glow plug light. I've never seen it.
How'd you go, Terry? Did you get the what's he going? Simon Dan? Hello? Terry, are you there?
We still got a stream.
Still got a stream. Still got Terry.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you get
I
the
was
Simon
just
Dan
muted
going?
on my end.
Did you get Simon Dan?
Yeah, it's all up and ready to go.
Okay, cool. It's not
Press play.
Push play. Go
Press
for it.
play.
We're just
Okay.
filling in time. Go for it.
Okay, I'll press play.
Not that we can
Are
see
the
it here.
temperatures still in the green? Yeah, 70, 77. Average 77. So share.
That's the one.
I'll keep an eye on the temperatures.
Okay.
Okay.
Press play.
Now, I know I said on Boxing Day that we would be looking at someone today who is giving us an Astronomy 101 lesson, but since then I have found something which requires my immediate attention. A video from someone who claims to have debunked the entirety of evolution in just 6 minutes. Hello everyone and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan and Zeus. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, people that try to debunk evolution usually just don't understand evolution fully. Well, a YouTuber called just Kyle thinks that he has debunked evolution in just 6 minutes. Now, does he fully understand it? Let's find out.
Evolution is stupid, and I'm tired of acting like it's not. It's not scientific. And the only reason anyone believes something so ridiculous is because they are indoctrinated from the time they are born, in movies, in TV shows, in school. And all it takes is some basic level questions to debunk this crazy fairy tale.
I don't remember there being any movies or TV shows around in 1859 when Darwin released On the Origin of Species. Of course, since then, the reams of evidence to support his theory is unquestionable.
For example, how did the first eye develop? They say, oh, this is easy. We've done this so many times. This is probably what happened. Wait, what probably happened? Science about what actually happened. It's about what is empirically verifiable, what is observable, what is repeatable. Yet you have to assume evolution to come up with this explanation about how the eye could have developed.
Well, actually, the fossil record shows us quite clearly that the first eyes appeared around 540 million years ago with the trilobites. There's real, actual evidence. And then a few million years later, eyes were everywhere, spurred on by the instinct to survive, that clear advantage of vision that the trilobite predators had. Now, Darwin himself, of course, realised how absurd it seemed for eyes to evolve. But you can quite clearly see how with small, gradual steps. Light-sensitive cells, then light-sensitive cells all clustered together. Then having that collection of light-sensitive cells to form in a little depression, etc., etc., etc.
Probable explanations is not science. We are talking about what actually happened, what we can go and repeat and do, and what we have seen. Yet you come up with these crazy fantasies about how an eye could have developed, but you have to assume evolution to believe in that. The science man did not see the eye develop and say, oh, this is the science. This is what happened. This is empirically verifiable. They assume evolution is true, therefore, oh, it can give an explanation for everything. It's a evolution of the gaps. if there's any gap in the worldview, oh well, random chance, natural selection, it can explain it. It's like it's like God of the gaps, except which is a terrible argument.
It is a terrible argument, but it's not what evolutionists do. If there is a gap in our understanding, then it remains a gap until suitable proof has been found. Yes, theories do fill those gaps until better theories come along, but we won't claim anything's definitive until the proper evidence has been discovered.
Yet they are committed to this, and you can see because they will make everything fit their grand narrative. Even if you grant them that somehow an eye could develop, how do you get two eyes that are nearly identical? I mean, the mathematical improbability of this, but then to get it twice, this is so ridiculous.
Well, there was only one eye to begin with, but then the vertebrates came along and seemed to have success with the bifurcation of the nervous system. Now, this meant that the two sides of the body could be controlled independently. After that, it was only a matter of time before two eyes were better than one. It helps with width of view and depth perception, two massive advantages if you're hunting prey or trying to avoid capture.
The easiest way to demonstrate this is to bring up the complexity of DNA. And because they assume evolution is true, they will come up with literal fairy tales like primordial soup as the origins of DNA. Or some of them will even believe in aliens.
Yes, it is true that we are not 100% sure where or how DNA came to be. But there is no doubt that it had to have happened once proteins existed. There are a few theories, of course, but as I said earlier, none will be confirmed until the proper evidence has been found.
So they will literally believe anything except the historical narrative. The biblical narrative.
Oh, here we go. Why would we believe something that there is no empirical evidence for? Something which you've been harping on about for the entirety of the beginning of this video.
Really? Because obviously a primordial soup to explain something as complex as DNA just makes so much sense. Again, we've never seen this, just like we haven't seen monkey into man. We haven't seen the eye develop. We haven't seen
monkey didn't become
DNA
man.
come to be in a primordial soup. They are committed to evolution. They can't answer any of that. They can't answer junk DNA. And the more and more questions you ask them, you're going to realize how committed they are to evolution of the gaps.
What do you mean we can't answer junk DNA? Junk DNA or non-coding DNA isn't really an issue. We've recently discovered that this junk DNA actually does do something. In fact, over 30 scientific papers now show that it's vital for gene controlling activities. But before we knew that, it was a major problem for the creationists. I mean, why would you create something with junk DNA?
You're going to realize they really don't know anything. Yet they are committed, and they get mad at me when I don't take it as the gospel of truth that I'm a monkey man.
Look, I'm not going to get mad at you, but I'm afraid to say that you are a monkey man, whether you like it or not. Well, an ape man. I mean, this just proves nothing, does it?
And they are perfectly fine with indoctrinating young, impressionable kids in the entire world to believe their made-up mythology. And if you disagree with them, you're a heretic against scientists. And they will discredit anyone as pseudoscience if you don't agree with their made-up mythology. They have their dogmas, and Darwinism is their grandest of grand dogmas. They have their own creed. Scientism is a cult. So if someone says to you, you don't believe in evolution? You don't believe that you're a monkey? Say, yeah, I don't believe in made-up Hindu fairy tales.
I mean, that's a bit rich, isn't it? You don't believe in made-up fairy tales, but the first woman was definitely created by the first man's rib. Oh, yeah, 100%. What's that? What's the evidence? Oh, it was written down in this book that I've been reading. Yes, it's a book, just like On the Origin of Species is. What's your point? Oh, well, the stuff in that book, On the Origin of Species, is nonsense, but my book's correct, though.
You should grow up. I mean, I used to believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, but then you get rid of these superstitious beliefs like primordial soup and aliens and evolution and monkey man. It's the same thing. And if someone says to you, but you don't believe like carbon dating and like the light in physics says the world's like 1 billion, 4 billion years old, you don't believe that? Say, well, all these methods, all these things that we use to date the Earth have only been studied really for like the last 100 years. So to take 100 or even like 1,000 years of data and trends and to assume that these principles have functioned in the exact same way for millions and billions of years is incredibly irresponsible. It's unscientific.
Well, actually, it's not. Carbon dating, whilst it can't date in the millions of years era, it is still very useful. And of course, the 50,000 years that it can date up to is still vastly longer than the age of the Earth according to young Earth creationists. Uranium-lead dating, though, for example, can go all the way back to day dot. And the radioactive decay of atoms is something that you simply cannot argue with, I'm afraid.
You are extrapolating the data like way further than what is justified. To take 100 years of information and say that these principles have remained exactly constant for millions and billions of years is completely crazy. It is not scientific, and no one should believe in ancient Earth or that we evolved from monkeys. It's completely crazy.
The longer this video has gone on, the more fantastical your reasoning has become. And you appear to be getting more triggered as well. I put it to you that you get angry with people for accepting that evolution is a thing and that the Earth is over 4 billion years old. And actually, you debunk yourself in your own video. That lovely little bonsai tree there, just over your right shoulder, for example, no doubt a Chinese elm. Now, the elm tree is part of a family of trees that evolved around 110 million years ago, proven by molecular dating and diversification analysis. You really don't have a leg to stand on.
Please share this video with anyone who's still stuck in that Darwinist scientism cult, and they're giving into these superstitious belief. You know, they're Darwinist believers. They have their Darwinist faith. We have our Christian science. We use reason and logic. They are completely operating on just crazy made-up fairy tales.
Reason and logic. I can give you a list of things as long as my arm that are not logical in the Bible.
Become an evangelist for young Earth creationism. This ancient Earth evolutionary fairy tale needs to be debunked. And people wake up to this. If the government and all this, you know, the big powerful people in the world can lie about this, then what else are they lying about?
Well, yes, that's a topic for another video, but I don't seem to recall the governments of the world being too bothered about evolution. I could be wrong, though. Well, that's it. Another Tinfoil Tuesday, all done and dusted for another week. Thank you so much for watching. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it today, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting the like button too. If you want to see more of this Kyle and his evolution debunking, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to do that too. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week and I'll see you all on Friday for a Flat Earth Challenge. See you then.
Oh.
They have.
That's the truth.
They are so annoying, even to Christian organisations. They.
Flat Earth Challenge. That's the truth.
The question is.
Nah, it'd be pants.
Question is, what happened with because they all say that Noah existed, and that all the animals were on Noah, and that was about 3,000 years ago. And their answer is that, and not in their words, that since then all the creatures have evolved into what they are today. So rather than evolution taking millions of years, evolution takes 1,000 years. So they're just full of crap.
Yep.
The Kent Hovind type of guy.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
And the frustrating thing is that Answers in Genesis started in Queensland, and they moved out of Queensland and went over to the US. But yes, I knew some people that followed them when they first started up in Queensland, and they showed me some sort of stuff, and I took it and read it and pointed out all these lies and deceptions that were in the thing, and they said, "Oh no, that's not it." It says, "Look, if you're in a Christian organisation and they accept lies as being acceptable, it's not a Christian organisation. It's a con."
Oh. Well, we've stretched this one back to about an hour. And where are we at? Oh, I've got 12 people that have hung out.
Yeah, come back.
Farm, have you still got your hardware monitor floating around?
Yeah, let me just open it back up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was reading the temperatures while I was sharing and everything.
Yeah.
I got up to 80, 81 or something, I think it was, Nelly. It's dropping down again now a little bit here and there on different cores.
Yeah, because it's
But I
doing
wanted
less work now, isn't it?
I wanted to compare CPU package power. It says power's underneath it. Is that anything to go by? Or the load? Any of those two sections to compare?
I think your most important area is just the temperatures.
Just the temperatures, okay.
I think
I
so.
thought
Yeah,
the electricity flow would also have something to do with the temperature.
It's more the resultant than how it got there.
Yeah.
Your temperature is your
Because
resultant.
the CPU package went from, it's down to 35 watt now. It was up to 53 watt one point. Balls were at 27 up to 41. That area. Bus speeds, they haven't changed from minimal to maximums. They've been pretty
No, I don't
steady.
think the bus would change. Shouldn't do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
the motherboard itself seems to have its own settings, but it's got fan 1 and 2, so I don't. It might be the case fan for 3.
Yeah, it'd be case.
Number one fan should be the CPU fan.
No, it's
because
not on the motherboard.
It's registered fan speed.
Yeah, I thought the CPU fan should actually say CPU fan.
Yeah, that's what it does. It does say in the CPU it does have a fan speed.
So your other two fans are your case fans. Well,
I've only got one case fan.
Well, then,
even though there's two readings here for fans, fan 1, number 1, and fan number 3.
And do they both have actual values?
Yeah.
Are you sure you've only got one case fan? You don't have one at the front?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
I don't think there is one at the front.
Are the fan readings identical?
No. Number 1 and number 3 fan speeds are different. I'll see if I'll compare it to the CPU. Okay, 264, 2600 and a bit. Okay, 2600 and a bit. We'll just go with that first.
Yeah, Colon's advising a couple more case cooling fans on the input side.
Yeah.
Force positive pressure into your case. And yes, it is a PC. It is a desktop.
Yeah.
My monitors are quite cool.
You enjoying your monitor, Paul? It's doing? Still good?
Oh, absolutely. I've got 2 of them now.
Oh, 2 of them.
He enjoyed it so much he bought another one.
Yeah.
At this rate, we'll have 4 by the end of February.
No.
You could have a 360 monitor situation.
I thought it did say a fan speed for the open hardware monitor.
Well, if it doesn't say CPU
I'm in my Intel Core i7 section where the CPU is.
Yeah.
Clocks, temperatures, load, powers, package, cores, graphics.
Well, if there's no fan speed in there, then yes, definitely one of those is a fan. Is the CPU fan.
One up the top.
No, I'm just saying if you don't
Number
have a
one fan.
If you don't have a fan in your CPU section, then yes, your other one of those is the CPU fan.
Number 1, yeah, the number 1.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd say number 1 that is. And it's got the temperatures, got 3 different temperatures for the for the motherboard.
Look, I can got turtle on his side.
They're not. Temperature number 3's at 85 maximum. I don't know what section of the motherboard that's reading.
That's the colon.
Colon.
What's he saying?
27 Iyama monitors, which is what I've got, 27-inch away cooler than your 24s. Well, A, the 24s came with the PC and they were really rather cheap, and B, I'm not entirely sure I've got room for 27s. So I don't care. Given that I've now got my third screen, i.e. my works laptop, to the right-hand side. Oh, and my fourth screen. There you go. Two pairs of keyboards and mouses as well.
Well, I think we might
call it quits. I'm thinking I might have to head off anyway. So if you want to call it.
Yeah, it's getting a bit late for me
yeah,
too.
that's what I was implying.
That's fair.
Before we get booted.
Well, your PC says enough.
Enough.
Yeah. All right. Colin's saying more fans to cool tower on the input side to force positive pressure in your case. By the way, only viable if you're on a desktop. Yeah, I'm on a desktop. Well, I'll do the paste thing tomorrow. I'll go and buy some of that.
Right. Yeah, give it a go.
And redo the paste on the... Because if they're fiddled with that and I pull it off and I find it's all dry and hard and
well, they may not have fiddled
everything.
it, but it may have separated from the heatsink may have separated from the CPU. You can, if it gets bumped or dropped or whatever, you can actually have the. It shouldn't, and it's not very common, but you can actually have the heatsink separate from the CPU. Generally, it's usually not a problem, but you know, as I said, for a few bucks to try it, it's not going to hurt.
Yeah. But run a mock stream again with Zoom, doing a private stream to my channel, just to check it again.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity when you take the heatsink off and the fan to just unscrew the two and make sure all the dust and stuff's out of your CPU, out of your heatsink and your fans.
Well, I may as well clean up that unit when I take it off anyway.
Yeah, just make sure that it's optimal, and then
no dust.
Yep, and then just put it back on. Make sure you clean off the old heatsink paste too. So
yeah, it should just wipe off if it's gone hard.
Even if it's new, it still just wipes off. Just clean off.
Yeah.
Well, after all these years, you'd think it's lasted this.
Just wipe it off. Don't use any detergent or anything.
Oh, no. It's set up in intercooler and a turbo. What make is your CPU? Intel. i7. If it's a 37